you're programmed.
Now Junior lines it to deep left field. The ballpark will not hold that one. A line drive, home run to left. 107 off the bat, and the Royals lead 5-1. Caglione gets jammed, but he muscles it into right center field, and the Royals are going to get a run back. And it's the second time tonight that the Royals have scored a run in an inning where there were 2 outs and nobody on base.
Tell you, technology is pretty impressive now. You can watch practice live, through a stream, and I had an opportunity to go through the script, and my language probably got a little colorful in the house.
You found yourself actually yelling at the screen sometimes?
Yelling at the screen, yelling at players, yelling at coaches. What the hell are we doing? I was doing everything. I'm yelling at myself. Why would you put that play in?
And now, a man who's never used colorful language, Seren Petro.
Right you are, Kay. Right you are. Petro on the program on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Thank you for joining us here on a busy Tuesday. Much to get to, and we will get to all of it. Every little bit. Mm-hmm. That's the plan. You can grab a phone line. Don't cost nothing. 913-810-810. The phone number, 913-810-810. Hit me up on the Twitter. You may know it as the X. Mm-hmm. That's at Seren Petro, SORENPETRO. We're attempting to rebuild Curtis's followers after he was just painfully stripped of all dignity with his old Twitter handle.
Yep.
And is now trying to rebuild under the
KL Seabolt.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Big Swinging. No?
No.
Oh,
it's not that.
Okay.
Big Bold Beautiful.
Sure, yeah. No, at KL Seabolt,
yeah.
SEABOLDT.
DT. Yeah, just like
Kyle,
the old one with my middle initial.
Kyle's looking to hit double digits on followers. He's at 8. We need 2 today. What do you got? What's your Twitter handle? Do I follow you?
No, neither of you do.
We don't? Oh, my God, that's terrible.
I think I follow your dad.
That's terrible.
You follow my dad and not me?
That is absolutely awful. Is that right? I said that jokingly, but is that right? What is it? Let me look. That's not true.
I think it's Kyle Collier 810 or underscore 810.
Just where? Just randomly an underscore in there, or do you have like a
Kyle
spot
Collier
you like to put it?
Underscore 810.
Okay, let's see.
No, I am. I'm number 739.
Look at that. KL Seabolt followed you back.
Let me see if I'm following Captain.
Was that you? You got a hat on backwards in this thing?
I do.
I am following your dad before I followed you. That's fantastic.
What are you talking about? I've been following you forever.
Somebody else.
How bad is that?
Became number 740.
I just thought Kyle tweeted as much as he talked.
Yeah.
At least on this show.
I mean, it's somewhat true. I don't tweet that much.
You tune in at night, and it's like, would you let Darcy get a word in? But on this show, you got to go beat it out of him to try to, get him to say something. So, but Curtis says, "Don't be taking my airtime," and so
anyone can take my airtime.
Really?
Not my chair, but my airtime. I still want to sit here. I just don't need to talk.
To sit here.
Yeah.
And do nothing.
I just don't need to always talk.
Because it's been all that he thought it could be and then some.
Yep.
Okay, I got you. I see where you're coming from. We got a lot to get to today. Frank Bowl, the Godfather, will be with us. He'll come take his weekly beating in Frank Opinions. At least that's how it's been. I've been red hot.
Faux show.
Red hot. I know where Frank's at. You get in this rut and you just cannot get on the right side. You miss every close one and then you just bomb some. And then you're in a rut. You're in your head. You start second guessing yourself. You're like, well, I was going to go this way, but I'll go the other way.
And suddenly,
because I've been cold.
And suddenly, you're Kyle Tucker.
There you have
dropping fly balls.
Yeah,
once a game.
Okay. Sam McDow will be with us in the 4 o'clock hour. Tim Grunhard in the 5. We're juggling some things around.
Sam can entertain us with the story of the city council meeting fracas where a protester was
escorted out.
Physically
taken out. Was he at that?
Yes, he has video of it.
Oh, wonderful.
City Council committee meeting against the Royal Stadium project was forcibly removed for interrupting to complain that speakers had surpassed their allotted time to speak. So once again,
come to find out, it was Frank Bull.
Yeah. The guy kept shouting "scums." Scum.
Does anybody know? Can I just read? I just because I was trying to get my Twitter to where I like it to where I can follow things off looking, to make sure to confirm that I was following Kyle for at least 10 seconds. And I came across this. Have you heard of this? Is this true?
What?
Breaking: alleged Penn State cocaine kingpin dubbed Pablo Pledgeskabar turns himself in and is denied bail. Penn State fraternity brothers charged with running a major cocaine trafficking ring, with some pledges allegedly forced to cut and package cocaine as part of their indoctrination. We call that hazing into the frat.
Holy cow.
And if you see a picture of this kid, you're like, you got to be kidding me.
I know. It's on the New York Post, so apparently it's...
That is the great...
Their headline is, "Top of the chain alleged ringleader behind Penn State frat bro cocaine trafficking ring turns himself in."
Pablo Pledgeskabar. I should have saved this for the kicker. And maybe I'll just do it again because it's too good. But I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And this kid looks like the movie Superbad went, "You're too big a nerd."
Yeah.
Like McLovin, this kid makes McLovin actually look like he could score some gals.
Agostino Abatiello.
I'm like, come on now.
Yeah.
He has such a pouty face in his, I don't know if this is his pledge picture or if this is the photo they took at the prison.
That looks like a mugshot.
It looks like a mugshot, but it looks like he's wearing a suit too.
That's true. That's
did
true.
they
It also
pinch him
could
at the young, the young entrepreneur club there at Penn State?
It's his badge, his ID badge, Penn State.
Oh my God!
I want to look miserable.
Pablo Pledgeskabar. The frat couches were actually, wrapped hundreds stacked up into the form of a couch and a sheet thrown over it because they don't know where else to hide the cash. If you saw, what was the series that had the Mandalorian and Narcos, yeah. You saw Narcos. What Pablo Escobar was, where the money was, is so much. They just literally were burying it in giant holes in the ground because they just had nowhere to put the cash.
And for the first time ever, shame has been visited upon Penn State.
Well, and apparently the AP rankings have come out, and Penn State's moved from 14 to 7.
Amazing, yeah.
Like they just see a fire in that team.
They got a recent big boost in the NIL donations.
They've bumped up. So, okay. So we got that. So let's start there. Cocaine trafficking on college campuses. Is this just a one-off or is it the new norm?
And also cocaine trafficking on campuses. For it or against it?
NIL has reached a new low as they're now trafficking cocaine to pay for top-notch talent on Power 4 football programs. Won't it be great if he is giving money? Won't that just be the best?
And should Barry Bonds be in the Hall of Fame?
I mean, if that comes out, it'll be great to hear the college presidents talk about, well, we're looking at every avenue for revenue. I mean, it started with, yes, we're going to put ads on the jerseys and ads on the field, but, I mean, if we've got to sell cocaine, we are not going to be outdone by Ohio State.
No.
So we are going to traffic in cocaine.
The Big Ten has the test to change its
we're
logo
lobbying
again.
for marijuana to be ruled illegal again so we can get into that business. Bah humbug with it being legalized and companies already cornering the market.
Have to redo the Big Ten logo. The I in the Big Ten just going to be a line of blow.
And the B is a guy with a rolled-up 100 in one nostril.
Ready to snort it.
Okay.
Good times.
Good times. I mean, we can laugh about cocaine now.
I think so.
I mean, we just have.
It's whether we can or can't, it's happening.
It's done. It's in effect. All right, so Frank Bull, speaking of cocaine, Frank Bull will be with us in the 3. I don't know what that means. Sam McDowell in the 4, Tim Grunhard in the 5. You know what would be completely uncalled for?
What?
Would be somebody go, we're going to do a poll question, of our 3 guests most likely to have done cocaine.
That's a good question.
But we're not doing that because that's uncalled for.
It is uncalled
That's
for.
unsightly. It's funny,
It is.
but it's unsightly, so I will not, I want to repeat, I will not be putting that poll up. But who would you vote for, okay? No, don't answer that. Don't answer that. That was just the next joke.
But I'll say.
But don't answer it.
You don't put the Frank Opinions questions on. I'd be afraid to see what the vote would be.
I am too.
Like, I really want to know. Like, I really want to know, but I don't want anyone else to know.
Defend your answer, Kyle. Defend your answer. No, I don't. We're not doing this. I said we're not doing it.
He wouldn't be so laid back. Yeah. I think his idea.
Okay. I see where you're coming from.
If Sam does blow, what is he when he before? He just catatonic.
It goes nowhere good.
Right.
When you keep this going, would you just let it go? It's a simple, harmless ha-ha I put out there. Now you just won't drop it.
I will. I mean, I will drop it. I will let it go.
Okay. I would appreciate that.
How about those Royals?
I was trying to think of some transition.
From
chopped up lines to between the white lines.
Yeah. Speaking of powdered lines,
the
batter's box at Kauffman Stadium.
If that were cocaine, what would it be worth?
Hey, Norm.
That's what I was thinking. That's exactly what I was thinking.
If the powdered lines on the baseball field were cocaine, what would it be worth?
Will Ferrell as Harry Carey.
Don't jerk me around, Norm. If you were a hot dog, would you cover yourself in mustard and eat yourself? I know I would. It was such a great bit.
It was high quality. If you have not seen Will Ferrell as Harry Carey,
yes, no one was ever more perfectly designed for SNL than Will Ferrell.
No, just the hey,
I know. Hair all disheveled, giant glasses. Boy, I know I would. I'd be good too. I'd be delicious.
All right, let's start Royals. You want to start Royals, or you want to talk Josh Simmons? A no-go. Not so sure now, are you?
No. The issue, I mean, you don't ever get any kind of, hey, what is it? When it's not the coach. Eric Bieniemy spoke today, and the Chiefs media relations gave the injury update, but that's not a back and forth, so we don't really know what it was. He came down. We knew before practice he wasn't going to practice because he walked down the hill with no pads on. We just didn't know what it was. Back injury, large person, offensive lineman. Bad combination, but we don't know if it's just a little stiff or if there's something maybe lingering more. But that's not something they need when they've already got one guy out. I don't think the idea, the third to last practice, was to have Jalen Moore at left tackle, Mike Caliendo at right guard, and Khalil Benson at right tackle.
Well, let's back up and ask the question. Yesterday they were down on tackles, Matt Derrick told us, and Josh Simmons was running extra reps. I was like, well, I guess the knee's okay.
Yeah, did he not respond to the extra reps with the back? I don't know that we'll know
Did
that.
the extra reps cause the back?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, did the extra reps cause the back? And we won't hear anything. I think Spags goes tomorrow.
Spags and all the assistants tomorrow. I'll be up there.
Yeah, so they'll be.
Andy Heck will be up there, but they'll be. I don't know. They'll give probably just the same kind of.
Yeah.
Not practicing today, and then Andy will get hit with the questions on Thursday at the final day.
Yeah.
But where does your listen? Let's talk worst case scenario. Your if he's down, you're going Jalen Moore at left tackle.
Yeah, you're going
Khalil Benson at right tackle, and then who's at right guard? Now you're talking Caliendo or Norzad at right guard, and the Chiefs have told you what they think of those two by the fact that Khalil Benson and Jalen Moore have been taking turns and filling in for Trey Smith.
Yes. I think if worst case scenario is the 5 that lined up today with the 1s, that's your starting offensive line against the Denver Broncos, which is one of the last teams you'd want to start that line against.
I mean, how much does that if Trey Smith and Josh Simmons don't start the year, and so they're unknown, how many games are you knocking off the win total?
At least one. So I think they go from a slight favorite to a slight dog in that one.
Yeah, losing both of them. I think they can get by one if Trey Smith would come back and then those two are starting to get your tackles. I do worry, though. You can't help both sides.
Mm-mm.
And they're coming off the edge against you. So I do think that this is a significant development.
For sure.
And backs are not good for offensive linemen to be battling.
No.
And it's pretty much what drove Mitchell Schwartz from the game, right?
Yes. Yeah. If his back hurts today, it's probably going to hurt tomorrow.
And you have to wonder, is the back a problem? I will wonder aloud, is the back a problem because he takes on more pressure and stress on the back because he favors the knee that he had repaired?
Yep. That's absolutely concerned. It's all kind of synergistic. It all works in tandem with each other. And if you favor something, I mean, anyone who's had a sore knee or whatever, after a while you're like, oh, my other knee kind of hurts. Well, yeah, because you're putting 50% more pressure on it. I
will also wonder aloud, is part of the reason why the back is hurt is because he's 20, 30 pounds lighter than you'd like him to be, and so there isn't just a natural anchor there, and so he's got to throw just more muscle mass back at it, more effort, as opposed to just all I got to do is lean forward and my body weight keeps me from going back. I mean, you see the plays where guys either set soft or they're just overpowered, where the pass rusher gets into them underneath and gets them turned up. And a lot of times you'll even see it pretty bad if a guy gets his hand into the face mask and starts pushing the face mask up. And, you see the guy where he's reared all the way back and he's just doing everything he can to stay in front of the guy, but he's being bent backwards. And that happens, I think, more when you don't have the anchor, when you don't have the weight to just stand in place.
What also could happen is we saw a play. It was in the game. I was thinking, was it practice? It was in the game.
It's in the game.
Where
I've seen it on the ads.
It's in the game. Where he kind of did I guess it's called a trap, where you get back and block down on the guy onto the ground. But the problem was the guy pushed him back, and he's at the feet of either Garrett Nussmeier or Justin Fields. But it's like he executed the block right, but he was so far back. You don't want traffic, as they say. You don't want trash around Patrick Mahomes' ankles.
Yeah.
So is that because did he get pushed back because he's lighter? Perfect technique, but if you're sitting at the foot of the quarterback, that's probably not good.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, I'm concerned. Anything with Josh Simmons concerns me.
Yes.
Because to me, the linchpin for a lot of the offense taking off was that he was going to, in year 2, Sam chronicled very well that only like one rookie left tackle has ever started in a Super Bowl, and that team didn't win. Otherwise, you don't have inexperience there. So, okay, you lived through that year with Josh Simmons. He only played 8 games, but hopefully that was enough to get the experience under his belt. Now he's ready to take the next step, and you feel like we're good enough at left tackle, and if we're good enough at left tackle to leave him on an island, it gets a lot easier to solve any other offensive line problems you might have over on the right side. Yeah. But now, if you've got to work on both sides, and it's just because it's a back, and right now the Chiefs aren't acting like it's a big deal, but backs are a problem for offensive linemen.
And you don't have Joe Tooney at left guard. You have Kingsley Suamataia, who's going into his second full season as kind of taking over that role. So you've got no margin for error. Part of what the hope was with Suamataia was that, okay, well, he's at least next to a first-round pick at left tackle, and he won't have to do as much. Well, if that changes, if Jalen Moore, who's wasn't good enough to initially beat out Khalil Benson. He's the number one on the second unofficial, I guess, what do they call that? The depth chart, which was released yesterday. But he's still not a lock for it. If you're not a lock for a right tackle against an undrafted free agent, I don't think I want that guy playing left tackle. But they've got nothing else. There's not much they could do other than that. You can't put Khalil Benson there.
Yeah. So
we've seen how impossible it is to, even in the best Chiefs
offenses.
Let
me correct one thing. You can put Khalil Benson there.
You can. Well, I'm saying
you may have to.
You may have to. That's true. Yeah, you can. It's wouldn't necessarily be advisable. And we've seen even at the height.
Or is Esapole going to play on the left side because they see Khalil Benson only on the right side?
Yeah.
And so right tackle and right guard are going to be Benson and Moore, and Esapole steps in at left tackle. How ready are you to have Esapole be your left tackle?
Not very.
More so than I was with Wanya Morris.
Oh yeah, yeah, because you knew what his.
But I do want to point out Wanya Morris played left tackle over Jalen Moore.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we've seen that. Even at the height of this Chiefs offense, what it can look like when you can't block on the edges. The two games in which they were beaten heavily in the Super Bowl were games in which they couldn't block on the outside or up the middle, but particularly on the outside.
Yeah, other injuries. Tyquan Thornton leaving practice. Ashton Gelati leaving the field. Yeah, it's and the Chiefs don't have a real physical practice. They have long, hard practices with a lot of plays and a lot of running, but not a lot of physicality to it. So,
no.
They do a pretty good job, I think, of generally staying away from some of the injuries, but
they're piling up.
They're piling up now, but it could be a big concern for the Chiefs. 913-810-810. We'll take a break. We'll talk some Royals baseball. Royals winning yesterday. Bobby Witt Jr. looking like vintage Bobby Witt Jr. We'll talk about that next. 913-810-810. You're in the program.
The program with Soren Petro.
I'm all about ball. I love ball.
Weekdays from 2 to 6 on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
Listen, I've known Gary Joslin for more than 20 years. You're not going to find a better guy here in town than Gary. Great Kansas City guy. Born and raised right here in KC. Joslin's Jewelry, 47-plus years. Locally owned and operated. Kansas City's #1 jewelry store. That's right. They were voted the #1 jewelry store in Kansas City. So why would you go anywhere else? They're right there on the southeast corner of 95th and Antioch. Very easy to get to. Just about a mile north of 435. So no matter where in the metro you might be coming from, Joslin's Jewelry is an easy place to get to. And when you get there, you'll thank me. You'll be treated like family the moment you walk in the door. You talk to anybody on their staff, you'll realize you're talking to the most knowledgeable staff you're going to find anywhere around. Unfortunately, a lot of those big box jewelry stores or the mall stores, you'll find a lot of people that, listen, this is what they're doing for about the next 3 months. They've been doing it for a couple of months. They don't really know what it is. Oh, you want to see that? Here's what it is. You want to actually know about the stone. You want to know about the metal. You want to know what went into the ring. That's where you go to Joslin's Jewelry. Gary can tell you everything about the ring, and so can his staff. So if you are looking to celebrate an engagement, an anniversary, a birthday, any of life's biggest moments, the place to go is Joslin's Jewelry. Exceptional jewelry and unmatched personal service. You will find out why. Me and my family have been going to Joslin's Jewelry for 20 years. So whether you're looking for the perfect diamond, a luxury timepiece, maybe a custom design piece. Yeah, you want a beautiful piece of jewelry that nobody else has. That's what she wants. Who wants to go to a party, put on a nice necklace, and find out that like 8 other people have it because it's just the same thing that's in all the same stores? That's not what you get at Joslin's Jewelry. Happy to do repairs. Gary's done thousands of them. Anything you need when it comes to jewelry, you go to Joslin's Jewelry. 95th and Antioch on the southeast corner. Find them online at joslinsjewelry.com.
Jeff Montgomery here from Meva Medical. I love baseball, but football season is one of my favorite times of the year. You don't want to miss that big drive because you're making another trip to the bathroom. That was happening to me before Dr. Brown at Meva Medical treated me with a quick, minimally invasive procedure. It's covered by insurance, and I'm back to enjoying every play and my life. Learn more at miva-medical.com. That's miva-medical.com.
Everyone in Kansas City is talking about new stadiums. Our local teams are getting brand new homes. But here's something to think about. Bison State Bank has been here since before the old ones were even built. 125 years of showing up for this community. Right now, earn 3.87% APY with a Bison Money Market. A great place to park your cash while it works hard for you. And with mortgage rates back in the fives, now is the time to buy a home or refinance and lower your payment. Here for you then, here for you now. Visit bisonstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At Aristocrat Motors, luxury isn't limited to one badge. At the Miriam campus, you'll find Mercedes-Benz, Land Rover, Porsche, Maserati, and Alfa Romeo all in one place. With one promise, an elevated experience from the moment you arrive. Explore unmatched variety, work with a team that knows the vehicle is only part of the relationship, and enjoy the royal treatment Aristocrat Motors has been known for in Kansas City for generations. Visit Aristocrat Motors in Miriam at I-35 and Shawnee Mission Parkway. Aristocrat Motors, luxury elevated.
Hey, this is the Fat Jack, and as Bruce Buffer says, it is time.
The Song of the Raiders.
As we transition to the Royals.
Mm-hmm. The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. I'll stop there.
The Pittsburgh Pirates? Is that the pirate with which you're speaking?
No, the...
I know.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You've had a good poker face today. It's got me twice now.
Yes. We'll talk some Royals baseball. You can grab a phone line. Chiefs Royals Sporting, KUK State, Missouri. Always a topic here in the program, 913-810-810. 913-810-810. Hit me up on the Twitter. It's at Soren Petro, SOREN PETRO. So, the Royals winning.
Mm-hmm.
It looks...
But winning with good stuff. Our kind of good winning.
It looks a lot better when the highest paid player on your team is playing like an MVP player.
Mm-hmm.
How good did the offense look with Bobby Witt Jr.? Double, homer, stealing a base, doing everything, speeding around the base paths.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how much better does it all look when Bobby Witt Jr. is playing at his best? When he's healthy and playing his best?
A lot better.
Jack Caglione doesn't get any extra base hits, but a couple of knocks, drives in some runs because Bobby's on base.
Yeah.
You can kind of see it with the lineup when they get it together. You're able to go left, right. You get left, back to back with Kyle Isbell and Carter Jensen. I would love it if there was a platoon partner in center field, or if there was a center fielder that you batted higher and Isaac Collins was your 9 hitter.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see if these guys can play at the level that we've seen them play. If they can be, 80% of their best, not be hot and cold.
Yeah.
Then Carter Jensen, Bobby Witt, Jack Caglione, Michael Garcia, Vinny Pasquantino, Salvador Perez, Michael Massey, Isaac Collins, Kyle Isbell. Till you get to Isbell, it looks better.
Much better, yeah. And particularly the night Garcia had, the 2 through 4 were really good. And just sometimes adding one good bat. It's just one game, but you saw the impact of having another guy who can hit.
Well, we've pointed out many times that what's different when you add one bat into baseball is like when you put a receiver back in, you don't get better at 10 spots, right? Or 8 spots. You get better at 1 spot in the NFL, right? You basically drop the third receiver. And if it's a number 1 receiver, you drop your third receiver. Now, if third for third, if it's your number 1 receiver you're getting back, okay, you get better at your 2 and 3 also.
Yeah.
Right. But that's the whole batting order. Wherever a guy goes in, when Bobby Witt Jr. comes off the IL, you get better at hitting 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th.
Yes.
Because everybody comes down one.
And you make your one hitter more
he theoretically
hopefully going to see better pitching as well.
Yeah, he theoretically is going to get better pitches to hit. So, yeah, last night, you're playing the A's, getting excited about beating the Angels and A's. They're the other bottom feeders.
Yeah,
and frankly, the Royals should
really
get the better of these 2 series. They took 2 out of 3 from the Angels. They're poised to, at least they're off to a good start against the A's. It won't really tell us anything other than, okay, we thought we were better than these guys. We still are. I will say this, that last night Michael Wacha is making a great case for Noah Cameron to be the opening day starter. Because Michael Wacha's Michael Wacha.
Yeah.
Which is really good. And I love having Michael Wacha on the roster.
Takes the ball every 5th day and usually gets you to the 6th.
But it's been a long time since he's had a pretty good stretch this year where he was damn good.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to act like, he hasn't had a good stretch. We know Noah Cameron's is historic as far as the one-hit stuff that's going on. But I am kind of intrigued by I do think Noah Cameron's got superior upside, and I would love it if they'd find somebody who's definitively better to bring in. If they'd bring in a $30 million starter who's like, that's the number 1.
Yeah.
He goes first. That would be great, so Noah Cameron didn't have to feel that pressure. But if we're just going on stuff and ability, I think it's time to start giving Noah Cameron his due when it comes to his stuff. By the way, the fielding independent pitching between those two, Michael Wacha and Noah Cameron this year, 4.18 for Michael Wacha, 3.57 for Noah Cameron.
Yeah. A little separation there. And Wacha over his last 14 starts, 4.32 ERA. So he was really good early, and that started to tail off a little bit.
I know he's just being Michael Wacha.
Yeah, he's not.
And I don't want to diminish what he's done. After Tampa, in Boston, 3.32, 1 year there. San Diego, 3.22. These are ERAs, not FIPS. Then to the Royals, 3.35. Last year, 3.86. This year, 3.58. Again,
yeah,
love what he's doing.
5 straight years under 3.9.
Yeah, and I am open to the idea that having guys that don't get it all done with just max velocity is a pretty good way to get to the postseason.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's going to win in the postseason, but it's a pretty good way. If you can get length and then build a badass bullpen, then I think you can get there. Now, can Michael Wacha go 5 innings and leave the game tied 1-1 or 2-2 against a playoff lineup?
Like Cole Reagans did in 24?
Yeah. I mean, can he do that? Because that's you got to have some guys that can do that when you get up against a playoff lineup.
Yeah.
And so that's where the swing and miss in the strike zone becomes very important. And not just the crafty getting guys to chase, because you're going to come up against a lineup. They got to the playoffs for a reason. Their lineup's pretty good. The hitters are going to tend to be more disciplined. And so it's going to be more difficult to get them out. But, yeah, I mean, I like what Michael Wacha does, but I think Michael Wacha's ideal, your fourth starter. You're pretty good if he's your fourth, right? Again, I think 5 Michael Wachas, you can go to the playoffs. I don't think you can win a World Series with 5 Michael Wachas.
No.
That's the value that he has. That's the important part. Caglione went back out to right field. 3 for 5, a run, 2 RBIs. Didn't hit a homer, no extra base hits.
Which I think, I kind of like that. The fact that he 3 hits, 2 runs, a run scored, 2 RBIs, and didn't hit a homer. I mean, it isn't, well, he's just hitting bombs. That's only there. We've had guys who've had nights where, man, if they don't homer, they don't score. Well, they hit 1 last night and they scored 9.
Yeah.
And he was responsible for 3 of them and didn't hit 1.
Yeah.
I like that. Especially the last one. He fought off a really good inside pitch in a situation where they really wanted to get an extra run, and fought it off and drove it in over the second baseman's head for an RBI. That's starting to come together in more ways than just hitting the ball over the fence for him.
Yeah, when he's beaten, he can still hurt you.
Yeah, just
because of the power in his bat.
And it's good to see he's earned that number 3 spot in the lineup. So Vinny's return didn't take that away from him, mess up the vibe a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'd go even further with it. Michael Massey's got the third best OPS on the team. I don't think he should be behind Sal, Vinny, Garcia just yet. Maybe behind Garcia for the lefty-righty. But Michael Massey, I think, has earned a little promotion in that lineup.
So where would you put him?
I'd put him behind Garcia at the 5. Make Vinny, Sal earn their way back up.
I think that's fair. I do worry about
left, right, left. I mean, if
moving Matt, I think a lot of guys can hit well down at the bottom because there's no pressure.
Yeah.
And then you put him up, it's like, now I'm a run producer. I got to take this guy deep. I got to put one in the gap. To Curtis's point, that's the thing about Jack Caglione. If you can get a guy in with a single, and you got him in, it's but it's how Vinny Pasquantino ended up with 112, 113 RBIs last year. Is guy on third base, fly ball, get him in. Mike Sweeney piled up a lot of RBIs.
Oh, yeah.
Fly balls to the outfield with a man on third with less than 2 outs.
Yeah.
And so doing those kind of things, yes, you want that from your run producers, but staying within yourself, I mean, I think if we're having a press conference before Game 1 of the World Series, where's Michael Massey hitting?
7th, yeah.
Yeah. And that's nothing against him.
Yeah.
It's just what I think realistically, as you look at this ball club, they need to do.
Yeah. It's not move him up, but find someone better than him to hit in those 2 spots.
Right. Right. And listen, those guys have been Vinny Pasquantino and Salvador Perez in the past. I'm optimistic it will be Vinny Pasquantino in the future.
Yeah.
I'm not nearly as optimistic about Salvi.
No. Agreed.
So, it's going to be a big conversation to have with Salvador Perez at the end of this year. I don't envy whoever's got to have that conversation. I think the time to have it was when his contract was sitting out there. And I think you lost the ability to be like, okay, all things are on the table, Sal. What are you looking for? I'm looking for $150 million. Well, that's not going to happen. Here's what we're thinking. You're not really a full-time catcher anymore, and we think we're getting position players to play first and DH. And so you're going to be transitioning more into a co-catching role that will probably in the second year of your deal have you as the number 2 catcher. But your numbers are going to direct us in where we put you. We're happy to pay you, and part of what we're giving you this money for is because you've earned it over the years. But we're going to put you in the lineup based upon where you belong. That conversation needed to be had last year when they signed him. It either that conversation needs to be had or somebody, and finally, obviously, the numbers are starting to dictate Perez is not batting 4th.
Right.
They're getting there. But I'm not so sure that the numbers don't dictate that he shouldn't be batting 9th. I mean, you don't want him sitting there in front of anyone you think can get on base, but Carter Jensen has actually, I think, slightly above average base running speed, not for catchers, for all players.
Yeah.
So you don't want to just junk up the base paths with him on it, but so I don't know. Can you squint and see contention next year without a major addition outside? Because now by putting Vinny Pasquantino and Michael Garcia back on the field, this is largely the team they wanted it to be now. Add Lane Thomas platooning in there, and you have the squad they wanted. What else did they give up?
Yeah. It would have been nice to have gotten whatever you could have gotten out of Sterling Marte if you were just going to turn around 3 weeks later or 2 weeks later and DFA him. Could you have gotten something?
I think the answer is no, or they would have.
Probably would have, but still
I think teams are like, you're going to DFA him here shortly.
That's right.
When you get your guys back, he'll be out there. We can look at your roster and know there's no place for him.
That's probably more accurate.
So, I mean,
you can, if you got to squint really hard though. I mean, what makes it possibly visible is the recent run that Noah Cameron and Jack Caglione have been on, because those are two guys, Caglione in particular. Those are two guys who could carry a team for a month if they're who they, if he's who we hope he is, or who he maybe is looking like he can become relatively quickly. If that's him, I think you feel a lot better about next year. If he's sitting there, if he continues this run and he's end of the year, he's got 30, 31, 32 home runs, and the OPS is around 850. You're like, all right, maybe that's something.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think Bobby Witt Jr.'s had his career year already?
Yes.
Was it 2 years ago and that's it? He'll never reach that again?
Yes. I think you can get somewhere in between that and what he's been last year. I think he can be better than he's been the last 2 years, but that's a generational year, and those numbers were crazy. So I would have thought even then, like, overall, it just all kind of came together in one season. I would have almost said that at the end of that year. It was so good. But I think he's going to be hard pressed to have that kind of season again.
I do like when you go to the Royals 2026 page on Baseball Reference, and you know how they put the top 12 guys in WAR up at the top.
Yeah.
So you can just real quickly see who the most important guys have been. 1, Bobby. 2, Jack.
Yep.
We've now reached the point that they're 1-2, and I think that should mean that you want to get Jack Caglione signed.
Yeah. The fact that Randy Dobnak is 4 is illustrative of the season that this has been.
I don't know. I think Bobby's career year may still be out there. He's got 48 walks, which is one away from the second highest, 49 last year, and only 9 behind what he did in 24 with 57, and he's missed games this year.
The 332 is just nowhere else in his history. Big league history.
Yeah.
That's crazy numbers.
Unless we're about ready to watch him have the kind of August that he had.
Yeah.
Rest of August and maybe into September. Like, we've seen him get hot. I mean, a lot of 23 was what, July and August? He cooled off a little bit in September. I mean,
but if he's 295, 351, 501, 852 like he was a year ago, that's it's okay if he doesn't hit 24. If he's 25, Bobby Witt, leading the league in hits. And
but
doubles,
he's not that far off. I mean, he's 286, 359. He's lower batting average, higher on base.
33 points off of the OPS. So
40 points off from the slug.
Games he's missed.
So if he's going to be hot for a stretch and hit the ball over the wall, I would feel if Caglione just needed to turn it up a little bit to get to 30 home runs off his pace for the year, off his pace since June 1, he's going to get there if he keeps that pace up.
Mm-hmm.
But if Bobby would get red hot and those two would both cash for 30 home runs, then you would have 3 guys on your roster next year. And even if Bobby doesn't get there, just Caglione gets there.
Yeah.
There will be 4 guys on your roster that have hit 30 home runs in a Royals uniform in a single season.
Within recent, within the last 3 years.
Yes, Salvi being the 4th. If you're like, well, who's the 4th?
Yeah.
Salvi being the 4th.
Maybe you can squint. Yeah. To me, it's I think Caglione is a reason that gives me a thought that if you squint, you can see it. You still got to squint pretty hard, but without him, I'd say forget it.
Other things that have to occur for us to feel like, okay, J.J. Picoult was right. They're one off season away from putting together a playoff team. Pearson, Cruz have to keep looking like they're looking. Mm-hmm. Like you've got two pieces of the bullpen right there. Urseg has to figure it out at some point, and he is completely lost.
Yeah.
Completely lost. They put him into a game where he didn't have to be fine, and he couldn't get anybody out.
No.
I mean, it's like, you go work some things out here, and it ended up being a save situation off just his outing alone. Could give up a solo home run, could put a guy on base. They had to go get Steven Cruz. But the Cruz development, I'll give a lot of credit to David Lesky, who, when Steven Cruz, and Danny was right, when Danny said, like, he is just an automatic base hit. Like, remember when Danny was like, no on Steven Cruz? Like, and Danny's watched a lot of baseball. He knows baseball. And Lesky said, I don't care how bad he's pitching, put him into a leverage situation and see what happens. And he's responding to a large degree. Mm-hmm. So if you have Cruz, and Pearson was never that bad with the Astros, I'm kind of like, you're a 500 team now and you're DFA and this guy, which makes me wonder if there's an a-hole factor in there. I don't know. He may be a greatest guy ever. But, like, his numbers weren't awful to where they let him go. But so we'll see what happens in the offseason. But if you have him, you have Cruz, you can, you can't have to go get 8 bullpen guys.
Yes.
You can hope this Duran kid you got from the Dodgers for Chris Bubich turns out to be Steven Cruz-ish.
Yeah. If you can strip away whatever's got him walking the world.
True.
And make him a power reliever. Daniel Lynch, enough of the starting stuff, which he has. When's he start again? 3 days or something? Tonight? It's tonight because he goes twice for me. Yeah. I have him. I've been brilliant. I picked him up as a reliever. He's now killing me as a starter. He goes tonight, but if you can get him back into the bullpen.
Craig Kimbrell.
No.
Just kidding.
You've got 3 pieces of the bullpen. If you can fix Urseg, you've got 4. Then I start to go, okay, you're getting somewhere. But can you find more than 4 pieces of a bullpen in one off season?
Not without signing 10 people. I mean,
Carlos Estevez took him $11 million per year, and they had to guarantee 2 years with an option for a third.
I think if you have unlimited resources and you went out and signed 4 guys, all 4 of them wouldn't be locked down. I mean, it's just too many moving parts in that. I don't know that any year, even going back into 15, they got Herrera and Davis back and Holland, but then when he got Hochevar, maybe it ended up being great, but I don't think you could necessarily have gone and go, well, we're stacked in the pen. It was incumbent upon the pitchers to get through 6 with the lead, and then you had the 3 guys who could do it. But even that great bullpen didn't have everyone who was great.
Let me point out to you, I want to make sure I'm not missing anybody, the pitchers that make like less than $3 or $4 million on this roster. And you tell me if you get what you paid for. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
We'll start with John Schreiber's at 3.7. Okay, I said 3 or 4. Did you get what you paid for at 3.7? Maybe.
Possible.
Dan Lynch, just over $1 million.
Yeah.
Yes. When he's relieving.
Yeah.
Alex Lang, $900,000.
No.
Anyone? No, absolutely not.
Anyone with a 6 ERA.
Lucas Urseg, $800,000.
No.
Next on the list would be Steven Cruz, $700,000. Maybe starting to get that way. I'm going with the relievers, but Dobnak at $600,000. Yes. Nate Pearson, $483,000 because they didn't have him whole year. He is looking like it now. Yes. Yeah. Mason Black, $375,000 is not factoring in. We'll see what happens with Connor Thomas, who just got there. A couple $100,000 for Craig Kimbrell, prorated portion of the league minimum. Down on the injured list, Carlos Estevez, $11 million.
No.
Cole Reagan's 4.4. Nick Mears, 1.9.
No.
James MacArthur, $800. Alec Marsh, $800.
No.
Stephen Kolek, 790.
No.
Luander Avila, 680.
Mm-mm.
Beckway, 490.
No.
Connor Siebold, 445.
No.
Tony Goslin, now signed. Gonsolin, I'm sorry.
Gonsolin, yeah.
188.
Incomplete.
Like that's where you're just not going to go get the Alex Langs and Nick Mears of the world. Don't fix it.
No.
Like if that's a pickup late or if that's your 7th and 8th guy, okay. But they need guys up at the top, and that's going to cost them $11 million to fill one of the back end of the bullpen guys last year in Carlos Estevez. Really, it cost him $22 million to fill it for 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think at his age they love the idea of giving him all that money, but they didn't land the hitter. Remember, they were chasing Santander. They were chasing Profar. They decided those contracts weren't worth it, so they had money that they clearly had allocated to spend on that year's roster. They pivoted and said, well, we'll give it to Carlos Estevez. And I don't mind the signing. It worked out. He led the league in saves, and they contended. It was a good signing. It was a good way to pivot and go, okay, let's just make the bullpen better. But I just bring it up to speak to bullpen arms are good 1 year, bad the next. And Lucas Erceg, remember how excited they were to have all those controllable years? That was it. And look at how it was less in 25 than it was in 24, and it's fallen apart in 26. I mean, it's where they do have to. The Steven Cruzes of the world have to become much more plentiful. And that's why I think we would have liked to see a guy like Seth Lugo traded and 3 live arms brought in, and maybe 2 of them end up being bullpen pieces in a year or 2. Yeah. And you're not having to spend $11 million to go get it. But there's a decent chunk of change spent on that bullpen, and you also can tell that they went bargain shopping, and they've gotten a bargain bullpen, which ain't that good.
Get what you pay for.
Yeah. 913-810-810, you're in the program. Ask and ye shall receive.
Boy, howdy.
I think they've seen enough. Lucas Ursek going to get a chance to try to figure out his problems with the strike zone. He'll do it in AAA Omaha. He has been demoted. The Royals just announcing making a move. We just talked about Carlos Duran. Will we see him up? We will.
Yep.
He'll be with the big club tonight. Carlos Duran comes up at Omaha. He's only had a chance to pitch in 3 games, 3 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts for the year at AAA, most of it at Oklahoma City. He's got a 3.15 ERA, 45 2/3 innings, 35 hits. That's pretty good. 64 strikeouts in 45 2/3. That's really good.
Yep.
29 walks and 45 2/3 is too many.
I'll make a prediction.
He'll walk somebody tonight?
He'll pitch tonight.
I think he will pitch
Those
tonight.
guys almost always pitch the first night they get there.
Yeah, he will probably pitch. Let's hope that the Royals have found
first out of
some
the pen.
mechanical flaws, and he throws more strikes tonight. Duran in, Urseg out.
All right, how many players have there been with 3,000 hits and 10 Gold Gloves? Brought to you by Twin Peaks.
All right, settle down, Frank.
All right, I'm sorry. I
The
apologize.
hand waving and
I know.
everything that's going on.
Gesticulating.
The Godfather Frank Bull is here, brought to you by our friends at Applause Custom Sight and Sound. Kansas City's best smart home technology, check. In-home theater, you bet. Security surveillance, yes. Applause Custom Sight and Sound. You can find them online at applausetheater.com. Great when it comes to the technology, incredible customer service, the best craftsmanship, whether you're building new, renovating, or your home or office is already done. You can have true smart home technology. Call the company that's been in business for more than 20 years. Call Applause Custom Sight and Sound. It starts by going to their website, applausetheater.com. Francis.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Everybody good today?
No
we
problems.
Okay?
No beefs, no complaints.
After the first preseason game, we're all right. Everybody's okay.
Yes.
Except the players all aren't.
Are you okay?
I don't know.
Do you have a rub, a beef, a complaint, a bitch, if you will, Frank?
Well, 10 penalties. Yeah, a little bit. Now they're playing all
12.
Young 12. I'm sorry. 12.
Yep, 7 the first half.
Yes.
Eek.
That's not good. So I didn't like that. There are other things too. I mean, they're still playing a little bit of dominoes up front in the offensive line, but everybody's getting repetitions at different spots and getting used to it. So if they have to use it, they will be up to speed. A couple of highlights. I like Cyrus Allen's catch, of course, lit everybody up. You know, that was incredible how high he got off the ground. Once I saw it, I said, did he catch that? And he comes down. I went, how high did he jump? And then he showed the slow-mo. I went, the replay. And I went, oh, my God. That was a hell of a grab. And I liked R. Mason Thomas. He showed some flashes there. I still they weren't the Rams didn't play anybody. Not that matters, but these guys are trying to make the team. And
they played their R. Mason Thomas type guys.
Yes, right. Yeah. They played ours against theirs. We're about equal from that standpoint. So Khalil Benson looks fine, whether he plays tackle or guard at the moment. So I like that. That's a great look for them. But I still just worry if Mahomes doesn't take any snaps during the preseason, just coming out against Denver Broncos on the first week, not having played since 12/14/25, December 14th.
Well, it'll be 3 months. Or excuse me, 3 months. 9 months. I'm sorry, it'll be 9 months exactly, I think, to the day, right?
Right. And he almost made that whole game. He didn't get hurt till the fourth quarter, so he's almost in that entire game against the Chargers.
Had he gotten hurt in the first quarter, that would make a big difference.
No, well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I love how you
So he almost made it all the way
played the whole game.
Almost played the whole game. But he's been off.
It's like college football.
Yeah,
if you get suspended for a half.
Yeah, he's been off for almost 9 months, and I think that will make a difference. And you're going up against one of the best defenses in the league. And that is a concern as well. So and I know they're playing at home.
There's nothing that this preseason could have changed other than him playing.
Well, playing
I guess
a little at least.
Playing really, really well. But there was nothing that this preseason has had to do with that. I mean, he got hurt, and so that was going to be our view looking at whatever their first game was.
Oh, absolutely.
No matter what.
Maybe him not even playing for the first 2 or 3 games was the initial thought, right? Oh boy, I don't know if he's going to make it back for, the beginning of the season or whatever. You knew he'd do everything to do it, but will he be medically cleared? Will he be able to do what he needs to be able to do to, stay away from that pass rush or whatever? We didn't even know then. We thought, the backup situation would do it, but backup quarterbacks, by the way, are a little bit.
Well, what'd you think?
Of a question mark. They're okay. I mean, you're not going to win many games with either one.
I would agree that Nussmeier, who I think did show some spunk, did show
he can
an arm. There's arm talent there. Yeah. He can zip it. But I would agree with you. They're not winning with him now.
No.
Maybe they will later. Maybe he'll continue to grow. But he's not ready to win now.
No.
But
they like him.
And I think they showed that they've got a little bit of a plan for Fields if he gets in there and how to operate with him. So I'll ask you this.
Yeah.
Can you win one game? Could you beat the Denver Broncos with Justin Fields?
No.
No?
No.
You couldn't have a good day with the game plan and get it done?
No.
Okay.
You won't.
What about with Garrett Nussmeier?
No. Neither player.
So could you beat the Raiders with Justin Fields?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
What
and
about
Nussmeier.
Garrett and Nussmeier?
Yeah, sure,
Okay.
both. Yeah. Jets, probably be able,
Dolphins.
Dolphins. There are a few teams there, yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh, who's else on Arizona on that list there somewhere?
Yep.
Yeah, they're there as well. So,
but then everybody else no.
Yeah, I have to look at the rest.
Well, if you look at their schedule,
yeah,
Yazoo J, disappointed Yazoo J.
The Jets
called in yesterday and basically said Dolphins, Raiders twice, the Jets, and the Cardinals are the 5 games
they should win.
They should win. Those are the 5 games you could win with the backups. The other 12 they got to have Pat, is what you're saying.
Absolutely, yeah. But that would make them, 11? That'd give them 11 wins if they won half of the rest, and then those 5. But, you're playing the Raiders twice. That's always a situation. I know the Raiders aren't very good, but the Raiders have beat them in the past. You know what I mean? So and you're right, that's 11 wins. But, you still you wonder.
What do you think?
Worry.
What do you think they're going to go during a stretch that's at Bills, at Rams, at Bengals?
Well, the Bills are at home. The Bills are
no, they're not.
I thought the Bills were at Arrowhead. Am I wrong?
No.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's a Thursday, or it's a Monday night, I think, at Buffalo.
Yeah, okay. So you have them back to back, right?
Game.
At
on
Buffalo,
the road.
at the Rams,
yeah, back to back.
at the Bengals.
That's 3 in a row.
Home for the Patriots.
Yeah.
Home for the Niners. Home for the Chargers. Okay. So, or I'm sorry, not home for the Chargers.
No, they're
at
away.
the Chargers.
And then
so
home for the
4
Raiders.
road games, 2 home games, all of them against teams that were either in the playoffs or are considered to be a strong playoff team. The Bengals, 5 of the 6 were in the playoffs. The Bengals are a team that a lot of people think, if they're healthy, is a playoff caliber team. What do you think they're going to go in that 6?
Well, they almost have to go at least 3-3.
Okay, and we've got them winning the last one. So what do you need to be? Like, I think they might be. I think 2 and 4 is probably a more
absolutely
likely idea.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're wanting to get to 11 wins, right, and which would put you at 11 and 6, you got the 1 win in the end. So you need to be at 8
and 2.
And 2.
Oof.
In your first 10.
Oh boy. That's with a quarterback coming off a 9-month injury. Okay, brand new running back. Now, good player.
And a game at Seattle.
Yep.
And a game at Denver in there.
Right. That's a tough go there, pal. I don't think you're going 8-2.
Well, I mean, I think it's a reason why I bring it up is like I don't know that the Chiefs have had a more critical first game than this in the entire Andy Reid era.
Huge. It's a huge game.
And we may have been saying that even if it wasn't the defending AFC West champions, because Patrick Mahomes being hurt, coming off injury, is a reason to say that.
And how good they are in defense.
Yeah. But I'm saying regardless of opponent or what it is, just what is Pat now? 9 months after surgery. We may have been saying that if it was the Dolphins. Like, Dolphins are a must-win. The schedule's a bitch.
Yeah, right.
So make sure you get it done, and we don't know what Pat is. Boy, this is a critical first game. I mean, I think you could insert anybody there. But with it being a divisional game, conference game, and a team that probably should have been in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if Bo Nix doesn't go down, I think they beat the Pats.
Yeah, I do too.
And so a team that probably was the best team in the AFC, and you open with them, and it's a home game. If you don't get that one, the return match is at their place.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have that 6-game stretch looming.
Oh, that's a huge game. I don't think. And the thing is, the build, and then to play somebody like down a couple games, you go to Miami, to the Raiders, and then a couple games later you go to Seattle. You're primed and geared for this football game. You win it, and then you go stumble against one of those teams you think they should win, because that happens all the time. You get in against the Colts the next week at home. Okay, just that alone. Oh, it's a huge football game. I just don't. I don't. It's probably a toss-up, or I'd give the Broncos the edge, as far their quarterback's back. Now, how's he going to be? You know what I mean? Where's he as far as being 100%? And then you've got your own guy. I just worry about that. Will Pat still be able to escape, get away from trouble, get away from getting hit, let alone Pat of old, where he could run for a first time. They're 8 yards away and he scrambles out of that pocket and gets himself downfield and runs, and sticks his hand out and gets the first down and jumps out of bounds? Will he be able to do things like that? We just don't know. We're not going to know until that game what he can do. That's just a tough opener. If it was switched, let's say they had the Colts and then the Broncos at home. Totally different situation. I mean, Colts again, big win, big game. But you can beat the Colts, okay? You're just worried about that being the opening game. It's brutal. Brutal way to start. You know what? I'm surprised knowing, I don't know, I guess the computer does it all, but knowing the situation with both quarterbacks and then opening with that game.
Well, they did give him an extra day.
Yeah, well, it gave him
They're waiting till Monday,
Sunday,
Frank.
I don't know.
As long as they can wait.
Hey, I gave him almost to the end of the Chargers game, okay?
They didn't send him to Australia on a Thursday. Or are they the Friday game and somebody else is the Thursday? I can't remember.
The international game is the Friday game.
Okay.
And then whoever Seattle was going to play somebody on Thursday.
Who are they playing? Is it the Rams?
I think
the Rams and Niners are the Australia game.
Yeah.
So who's Seattle playing?
Let me see.
Get to the bottom of that.
Boy,
Do something over
They
there.
got to go to Seattle, too. Good
Regular
Lord.
season week 1, that is Pats rematch.
Okay.
You would think a 6-11 team would have a little bit easier schedule. But not so fast, Chiefs. Here, how's this?
Yeah.
How's this 6-game stretch for you? Huh?
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So what do you? Yeah, exactly. I
saying.
picked them. I went down the list, and I'm thinking of Pat's injury and the whole thing, and I'm the under guy. I'm the 10-7 guy with a shot, maybe at a wild card in the playoffs. Don't expect them to win the AFC West. Right now, I mean, they could come out and shoot and just destroy people. I don't know. But I'm just thinking NFL, the way it is, some team on that we think is a easy win, team like the Jets or Miami, somebody comes out of nowhere and plays well.
So let's do that. Let's play. You have to pick up or down. Are they going to play up or down from what, last year? I'm gonna go through the schedule. Are they going to be up from last year or down from last year, or do we play?
You mean wins and losses?
Yeah, just the opponent. Are they
win totals?
Yeah, or just are they going to be better or worse than we expect?
Okay,
right. What's a better way to do? Better or worse than last year, or better or worse than we expect?
Better worse than we expect,
or the nation expects.
Yeah.
Right. So
that's more.
Are the Broncos more likely to play up or down?
I'll say up.
I'll say down. I think they've had back-to-back years in the postseason. They won a division. They toppled the king. I think they're due for a letdown. You're handing off the play calling duties, and their quarterback's coming off his own injury. I'll say the Broncos are likely to play down, but down to the tune of 10 or 11 wins, not down to the tune of 7 wins.
7 or 6.
But the idea that they're King Kong of the AFC, I think they'll play down. Colts, up or down?
Up, maybe one notch. I don't know if I'd expect that much of them.
Yeah.
Down.
Okay, that's 2 downs.
I think they play down because the idea that they were this like juggernaut team before Danny Dimes went down. He sucked in New York. He'll suck again. Congratulations.
Agreed.
He had a hot streak. I'm not buying him at all. That's whatever. No on the Colts. Okay. I bought down on the Colts. Dolphins. Frankly, I don't care.
No,
they're not going to be good.
They may actually play down.
They could play down. They could be a no-win team. They might play a little bit up, but either way, they
win 2. Yeah.
Okay.
Raiders down.
I think the Raiders could play up.
Yeah.
I think first year with a coach that knows what he's doing offensively, a veteran quarterback in Kirk Cousins, I think the Raiders might be tougher than people think. Chargers.
If Bowers can keep from getting hurt.
And right.
He's already.
So far, Adam Hill says he may set the record for catches in a season.
Yeah.
That he looks great, and they're feeding him the ball.
Wow.
So, and Adam is not a Raiders fan, by the way. He just covers them in Las Vegas. All right, Chargers. I say up.
Up, yeah. I think they'll play up. Yeah.
I think people think they're going to be pretty good, but I think if their tackles are healthy, Jim Harbaugh knows what he's doing. Herbert's got a rocket for an arm. I think there's reason to believe that the Chargers could be.
Offense could be.
They could be
good.
hell on wheels.
Yeah.
Seahawks.
They can only play one way.
Down. I agree. I know they've got a rookie running back. They'll plug and play with him, but they had a nice 1-2 punch for most of the year, and then Kenneth Walker was playing his best football. I don't believe in Sam Darnold. Now a year's tape of Darnold in that scheme and everything. I think he digressed from where he played for the Vikings the year before. I think the Seahawks play down. It's at Seattle. They can play down, and Chiefs still lose by 10 points.
Right.
But I think the Seahawks will be a little bit worse. Broncos we've already covered.
Right.
Jets.
I think people think they're going to play up.
The Jets?
Year.
Yeah. Whatever.
For some unknown reason.
They may not play down, but I don't think Geno
get
Smith
much further
can play
down
up.
than they were.
Yeah.
Who even is the OC?
Let me see. Shecky Green.
I mean, the coach is still Aaron Glenn.
Frank Reich.
Yeah, Frank Reich knows football.
He knows
They could play
football.
up.
Yeah.
They could play
Everybody
up.
talking about them a little bit of the 7-9 or 8.
They could play up, but what made them kind of feisty
8-9
a couple of years ago under Robert Salah was defense. And they've jettisoned those players.
Yeah.
Quentin Williams is in Dallas, and you know, I'm not ready. No, on the. I mean, the Jets might be a little better, but I'm not concerned. Falcons, up or down?
Down.
I think they may be up from last year, but people act like because he's a 2-time coach of the year because he got the Browns to mediocrity.
Right.
They seem to think that with all those weapons and 2 hurt quarterbacks.
Yeah, you can't. You can't play up if you don't.
If they were healthy, I would listen to an up, but there's no way that Tua, who's already hurt, and Penix, who hadn't even come back yet, that you're going to live with those guys. No. Down.
Yep.
Cardinals.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Yep.
Bucket of ass.
Yeah.
They're terrible.
Huge bucket.
And the running back's already hurt.
Yeah.
How you like that? Mr. number 1 overall pick in the Dynasty League over there. Love.
Ew.
He looked
down, gone. Too bad. That's why I hate preseason.
Do you feel right now like the guy who took Ashton Genty number 1 the year before?
You didn't also take
maybe a little bit, yeah.
Jordan Tyson, did you?
But yeah, who was I going to take? Jordan Tyson?
No, you had to take Love.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
You had to take Love.
It's too bad. God, that's too bad.
It's
Football's brutal. Football's a brutal sport.
Bills, up or down?
I think they're going to be up.
I think so
do.
too.
Brand new stadium. They're getting to the
Brand new
end
stadium
here.
that nobody can see the field with, so
That's
maybe the noise won't be
that's
synced
a
up.
couple of
Because
seats.
they'll be waiting for the replay.
With it, couple of seats, couple of seats.
regular season game in Buffalo.
Oof.
Chiefs lose.
Yeah. Yes,
Prime
sir.
time game. That fits the plan. Then they'll.
But I'm
come
not
here.
talking about the game. I'm talking about the team playing up or down.
Yeah,
up or down
I think
from
they'll
the
play
perception.
Up a little bit.
A brand new stadium. The whole
I think
thing.
it all depends on Brady. If Brady has the team, then they're going to be wanting to make him look good. And if he falters or does something stupid, it will crash and burn. Like, I think he has got to come out of the gates making good decisions.
Yeah.
But if that is a veteran team that's looking to solve. They had a really good coach, and they couldn't solve things in the postseason. And if he comes out and flubs early on in the regular season, and they take on some water early on, I think he loses it and he's a one and done.
Mm.
Brady has been there and talked about as a guy for like 5 or 6 years, and nobody gave him a shot. Why?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How come nobody else ever came in and gave him a shot?
Yeah.
There's always a reason.
So, listen, and we might find out that everyone's going, I don't know what these teams were looking at. The Browns hired this guy, and the Jets hired that guy, and Brady was sitting there this whole time. We may look at it, but he's been an OC at like 3 NFL teams since he was the OC. And what got him on the map was being the OC for the LSU national championship team.
Which was
15 dripping with first-round picks everywhere.
Joe Burrow throwing to Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson.
With Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the back. What was given the award that year for the number 1 offensive line in college football.
Yeah. They scored 600 points.
He managed to not screw it up.
Yeah.
All right, you guys go out there. I'm going to roll the ball out.
Yeah.
Go play. Have some fun. Draw them in the dirt. We're good.
Okay, Rams.
I think they're going to be up because they want this.
Can you be up when you're like the number 1 team?
Well,
fair point.
Yeah, well,
you could not be down.
Super Bowl is what I mean. They're a legitimate Super Bowl team.
Yeah,
I mean threat to play the Super Bowl, and the other team is in their division, so they're going to be pretty. They're going to be pretty.
Miles Garrett's already missing time and is in his 30s now.
Yeah, but they're playing them at home too. They're playing them in LA.
It's not about that game. It's about
the team,
whether the team is going to be up or down on the season.
I think they're going to be up.
I think they'll be up.
They'll be up from the expectations that have them as the team to beat for the Super Bowl.
Up.
So they're going to
I think they'll be as high as
But
they
they
can
didn't
be.
win
Are they
the
going to
Super
beat
Bowl last
Messi
year. No.
later?
Could be.
Or
Maybe.
how is this
Maybe.
working?
So why'd you ask the question?
They might beat Spain.
I think
You
to
don't
a
know, they might
degree,
beat Spain.
if you're the number one team, I don't think you can be up.
Okay. Well, I think they'll be right where they are.
Yes.
Okay.
So we'll give them.
Well, that makes more sense to me.
All right.
But you didn't offer that. He said up or down.
Well, you've got to see through the brilliance of the question.
Taste the
Bengals, up or down?
biscuit.
You know what?
That
I
turd
think
is
they'll
all
be
over
down.
the. Who knows?
Down. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Hopefully down. Let's put it that way.
If they are firing on all cylinders, but they spent a bunch of money on Brian Cook, who 2 years ago this town didn't even want starting.
Yeah.
I know he had a great year last year, but like we were talking about how he gets beat in coverage all the time 2 years ago, and they just gave him $16 million per. They have 2 offensive tackles that seemingly can't get speed rushers. Joe Burrow always gets hurt. He took sacks in the first preseason game.
They lost their pass. Stewart got his knee
Trey
blown
Hendrickson's
out.
gone too,
Yeah.
and the replacement for him's gone. They do have sexy Dexy Lawrence.
Yeah, they had to spend a lot of money on him,
but
and at some point,
who knows with that team?
At some point, Joe Burrow's going to sprint out of the pocket and pull something. He already did, and I think I saw him limping.
He already got hurt.
Yeah.
It's like
Patriots up or down?
Probably down.
I think down.
If you said up, I would slap you.
Boy,
how is that not the easiest one
I know.
on the list?
It took me a second.
They don't have any problems
think
there. They got no problems in New England.
The quarterback
that thing
imploded all throughout the postseason.
What the heck?
That thing may
The
be
coach was the laughing stock of the offseason.
league, yeah.
The owner
could be in
basically
rubble.
goes out every time he's interviewed and goes,
Yeah. I think that team could be rubble by
I
week
think
15.
that team, we could be like 8-9. What happened to this, man? Like they 1-6. And then they kind of find themselves, and once it's lost, and they get to like 8-9, they're like, "Oh, well, wait till next year."
Yeah. I mean, one of the great
We had a couple of injuries.
one
and
of the
that
great
screwed us.
powers of that team we always thought was the coaching and the consistency of
Definitely.
Mike Vrabel, and he's one of the biggest question marks.
By the way,
Just because of
what receiver did they get?
A.J. Brown.
Yeah, A.J. Brown, because it worked so well with Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
Okay. 49ers.
I think they're going to be good.
Down.
I think they're going to be good.
Down.
I think they're going to be good.
Their entire team is hurt already.
It's already hurt, and they're not turning off the
down.
power station across the street, so they'll be lucky to get through the season with 40 guys on the roster.
Come on.
Christian McCaffrey's not playing 17 games. You want that bet?
No.
13.5. I'll take the under. Will you take over?
No.
Okay. I think he's what makes that engine go. Already an Achilles problem for the tight end?
Oh, yeah, George Kittle. He's coming off the Achilles.
Yeah.
Coming off the Achilles, but they're still listing with the he's not a full go yet.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? The Ayuk thing continues to loom out there.
Yeah, but
Pearson's out.
They got 34-year-old Mike Evans.
Yes, Mike Evans is there.
This was the game when I went back over and I had like 11 wins. I went back again, did it again. This is a game I went from loss to win.
Okay.
For the Chiefs.
Okay. And then the Chargers and Raiders. So
we got them.
there's a number of downs in there.
Yeah, sure there are. Yeah.
And they're going to need the Chiefs to be 14-3 are going to need them to play to the down. Some of those teams to play to the down. But I don't see anything where it's like, I don't see where the schedule can get harder. Do you?
No. Unless one of these teams rises from the ashes, one of these teams we think is garbage, and just an automatic win.
Help me out. Which one?
Right. Well, I know. I don't know. Whichever. Maybe the Jets. Maybe I don't know. Who knows? Maybe the
Jets.
Maybe the Colts. I don't know.
The Colts doesn't sound as dumb.
I know.
But when you say maybe the Jets,
maybe the Jets. Who knows? No, I'm just throwing one out there, just like some weird team. There's always a team that comes out of
grenades
nowhere.
here, man.
There's always a team that comes out of nowhere, and just oh my God, where'd this
Brees
team
Hall
come
has
from?
a hamstring already.
Mm-hmm.
He managed to stay healthy last year. Good luck with that. Even I'm sworn off on trying to fix that guy. Garrett Wilson appears to never be able to step up to being the number one. The receiving core. Adonai Mitchell, Garrett Wilson, and Isaiah Williams with Tim Patrick. Omar Cooper Jr. from Indiana. I did like that draft pick.
He's a good player.
Left tackle, Fashanu, first-round pick in 24. Just looking here through the Membu at right tackle is good, but Geno Smith.
Yeah, I can't.
And I'm going to tell you that defense, which looks so great, David Bailey's there. He better be for real because they took him. But I'm looking. I mean, Demario Davis was brought in, but
not what it was a couple of years ago.
No Sauce Gardner, no Quinnen Williams.
Yeah, they were great at
It's
every
not
level
the Jets.
2 years ago.
Okay.
Let me tell you. Oh, and by the way, Aaron Glenn is still the head coach. Number 32 on my head coach rankings, and I'd have put him 40 if it were
If they
allowed
had
in the
40
rules.
teams.
No, I wanted to put him 40 out of 32, and it was not allowed. It was not allowed. It will not be the Jets. Actually,
The
if there's
Jets.
so, which team on their schedule do you think could turn it around? I don't think it's the Cardinals. I like Jacoby Brissett as a backup, but I don't like Jacoby Brissett starting. I think it could be I think it's got to be the Raiders.
Did we talk about the Falcons?
We did.
Did we mention it?
I said that.
Okay.
I said the two quarterbacks, Michael Penix. And
That's right.
Tua
That's right. You're right.
Tagovailoa. I can't see that working.
And the Raiders aren't terrible.
I think
could not be not terrible.
The Raiders may have a cohesive operating
Unit.
system.
I want to see what their schedule is. Could they get on a roll? Start feeling good about themselves
before they play
and then
the
some
Chiefs
of the talent come together. Here, let me see. Their schedule is
at home against the Dolphins. That's pretty good.
Is that what they open with?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Okay, so they get a chance to go.
See, that's what the Chiefs
1-0.
Chiefs needed. The Dolphins, even the Raiders.
At Chargers,
at
at
the Chargers.
Saints. I don't know what the Saints are. They could be 2-1. They get the Chiefs at home if they could pull an upset. At Patriots, Bills, Rams. I don't see them getting on a roll. At Jets, at Niners, Seahawks, at Broncos, at Browns.
There you go.
Chargers, Broncos, Titans, Cardinals, Chiefs. It gets easier towards the end, but I do think when you look at their talent, it's not as bad as some people might think.
Yeah. And
if they can figure out the wide receivers.
Yeah, the offense could click a little.
Second year with Genti, they brought in some talent, Tyler Linderbaum at center to help out on the offensive line. If they run the ball better.
And Meyer, the other tight end, the Notre Dame kid.
Yeah.
Watch out for the Jets.
Whatever. Watch out for me.
Let's have
Frank
some fun.
opinions.
Let's have some fun with that this year.
Watch out for the Jets.
Yeah,
you go buy some Jets gear. And you wear it in here every week.
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
You wear some Jets
That'd
gear.
be fun. That'd be fun.
Every single week.
And then try to
But don't
defend
ever mention
myself.
it. Just wear the shirt.
Yeah, just wear the shirt. Yeah.
It is the program here on Sports Radio 810 WHB. We'll take a break. The Godfather, Frank Bull, is here. He's brought to you by our friends at Applause Custom Sight and Sound. Kansas City's best when it comes to in-home theater. Smart home technology. Don't forget that smart home technology is not just for your home. They do offices as well. It's Applause Custom Sight and Sound. Find them online at applausetheater.com.
The program with Soren Petro.
Come on, you commie percent. Let's play some football.
Weekdays from 2 to 6 on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
All right, I just mentioned the in-home theaters. If you want to build that ultimate man cave, then you're probably going to need some great decorations. Are you a fan of the sports memorabilia like I am? Then get to Art and Frame Warehouse. If you've got that, that once-in-a-lifetime quarterback autographed jersey, maybe it's that future Hall of Fame tight end, it's autographed, it's just sitting in a plastic tub. No. Get it out, display it, and protect it at the same time. That's what Art and Frame Warehouse does. They're Kansas City's best when it comes to framing and displaying your sports memorabilia. So whether it's an autographed jersey, a bat, a ball, maybe it's an autographed photo, maybe it's boxing trunks, Olympic torches, Olympic medals, they've displayed them all. They know how to do it. They're experts in what they do. More than 25 years, locally owned and operated right here in Kansas City. They're at 92nd and Metcalf. You can find them online at framekc.com. That's framekc.com. Don't settle for good enough. Get it done right. See, they buy in bulk like those big box stores, but they don't pay a ton of overhead. So they can offer you gallery quality at warehouse prices, and they never damage your item. You know, some places, when they frame the jerseys, they like to pin it down. That's basically putting a hole in the jersey. That can tear, that can rip it up. That immediately damages it and devalues it. Protect your collection. Display it beautifully and protect it. You want museum glass that cuts down on the reflection? You want the UV protection? They got it all. Michael and the staff are absolute artists. Tell them you heard about it right here on 810 and score major discounts on sports memorabilia and custom shadow boxes. Just take your collection to Art and Frame. It's where I had everything that I have framed at Art and Frame Warehouse. Go to framekc.com or see them in person at 92nd and Metcalf.
Men, erectile dysfunction can affect much more than just your sex life. It can create stress in relationships, leading to feelings of anxiety or embarrassment, and impact your overall confidence and well-being. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and we specialize in treating men's sexual health issues to help men find solutions that fit their individual needs. ED is a frustrating condition, and many men suffer for years without seeking treatment. But the good news is that if you're like most men, we have the answer. Our licensed medical providers will evaluate your specific medical situation and recommend a plan designed for you. And these advanced medical therapies work, with treatments having success rates of well over 90%, which means you and the one you love can have great sex again without the fear and worry of ED. You can even last up to an hour or more, and you may just find you're performing like you haven't in years. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
Paid for client portrayal and endorsement. Choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
After my car wreck, there was a lot I didn't know.
I do know. If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call me. I've got this.
Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Happy summer, KC. Mark Whitlow here from Office Products Alliance. Things are hopping in our community this summer. It is a special time for Kansas City. Our local businesses are a huge part of all this. Don't forget that when you spend your dollars locally. Find all your office supply and office furniture needs at OPA. Remember, we also offer network cabling and IT services as well. Let's keep it local, KC. Visit us at opakc.com.
Forbes asked, and the people answered. Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance is one of America's best insurance companies. Forbes recognizes what our customers have known for generations. We are committed to protecting families.
All right, the Twin Peaks end of the hour answer. How many players have there been with 3,000 hits and 10 Gold Gloves?
Well, I fired off several, I think, quality answers, and the answer's been no. Ripken, Murray, and Gwynn.
Nope.
So I'm going to say 2.
4.
Okay. I didn't do very good on that one.
Willie Mays.
Oh, yeah.
Alkaline. Ichiro Suzuki.
Ichiro I should have got.
And a man born on this date in 1934, Roberto Clemente. He's the only one with 3,000 hits and 12 Gold Gloves.
Wow.
You should have got that one, Frank.
You know what? I was thinking about him right away.
Pittsburgh boy.
I know. The great one. Arriba.
He's
a great player.
Quite a player.
Yeah.
Quite a player.
You want to just go Google or go to YouTube and find the throw he made from the right field corner to third base in the 71 World Series. Flat-footed.
Yep.
Ridiculous talent.
Roberto Clemente, Ichiro,
Willie Mays, and Alkaline.
Okay. Yeah, I should have done
That's not a bad group.
No, it's pretty good.
Decent. Ichiro.
I mean,
the fact that he had
Ichiro.
20.
Let's see if the answers are any good, if this means something. 3,000 hits and 10 Gold Gloves.
Probably gonna.
I didn't start with, I don't know,
Plus
Pacoda?
Yeah. plus 5, plus 1 complete game.
No, Bill Pacoda, not the Pacoda rating system.
Yeah, exactly. Let's get to some Frank opinions. The godfather of Kansas City sports is here, Frank Bowl. Curtis, where do we begin?
We begin, do you feel better, the same, or worse about the Chiefs' chances this year after their first preseason game?
Same.
I'm going to say same.
Number?
Let's go.
How about that?
Let's go with 64%. I think this is pretty easy for them to land on.
65.
78.
They say you can tell how a round's going to go by the first question, Frank.
Not necessarily in this game, okay? Not necessarily.
Screw it up.
17% said better. Who'll be the second leading rusher for the Chiefs this season? Emmett Johnson, Amari DiMercato, or Kenneth Walker? I'll throw his name in for that.
I'll say Johnson, Emmett Johnson.
Yeah, after that game,
after
Emmett
last,
Johnson.
Yeah.
Number?
I'll say.
How many answers? 4?
3. Johnson, DiMercato, and Walker.
I'll say 60.
61.
81.4.
We both coming up short on our numbers there.
Wow, he jumped all over that one.
On a scale of 1 to 10, or 0 to 10, how concerned are you about Trey Smith's hip injuries? 0 to 3, 4 to 6, 7 to 10.
7 to 10.
4 to 6.
51% said 4 to 6.
Yeah, they're not at the bottom, but
25 said they're 0 to 3. 24 said 7 to 10.
I think that's a little scary at the moment.
Well, you're old. Everything terrifies you.
No, all pain terrifies me. Yes, absolutely. But his position to keep on that hip, come on, man.
Have you gotten to the point where you grab the handle on the door every time someone else driving touches the brakes?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Now to put my hands up in front of my face.
So this is not just my mom.
No.
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 My favorite was my mom had time not only to grab the door handle, but put her foot on the dash. God bless her at her age. Put her foot on the dash and brace for impact.
No, she's applying the brakes.
Does that tell you how not a problem it was, the stop that I was making? That 84 plus went, oh! Like, Mom, I got it. If you can get your foot to the dash, we're fine.
Honestly, I'm surprised she doesn't just begin in that posture.
Yeah, listen.
She does put her seatbelt on and go, and especially when there's other people in the car she loves to be like, well, I know who's driving.
Hey, believe me.
I've been there for that.
I've been with you in the car.
Yeah.
I get my foot up on the dashboard and, grab
you're
for the
old.
door.
You're old.
Wait, stop now. You don't let it pass on the side like that. What are you doing?
Because you're old. It's not me, it's you.
Based on what you've seen, what will be the bigger need for the Chiefs in this upcoming offseason? Wide receiver, tight end, offensive line?
Tight end.
Ooh. No. You're not getting it. It's either O-line or wide receiver. I'm going to go wide receiver.
58% said wide receiver. 31% said tight end. 10% said
You're going to need a tight end.
Frank, it's 3-1 me. Is this the point where you're asked to assume the position?
Ew.
Not yet.
Okay.
Getting there.
Based on what you've seen, what will be the bigger need for the Chiefs in the offseason? Defensive line, linebacker, defensive back.
DB.
This one's tough. Oh, boy. I'm going to go defensive line.
It's actually a linebacker.
Oh, my God.
Number?
Both of us
I can't be that strong. 44%.
45.
50.2.
Good call, Frank.
37% said D-line, only 13% said defensive back.
Okay.
Patrick Mahomes is number 18 on the NFL 100. Where should he be ranked? 1 to 5, 6 to 10, 11 to 15, 16 or worse.
1 to 5.
Number?
Mine? Oh, God. I'll say...
You have 3 choices, 1 to 5, 6 to 10, and...
11 to 15, 16 or worse.
Okay, so 4
75.
We took some calls about, Pat's got to start.
Oh.
Pat needs to... We took some of those.
Mm-hmm.
When?
Last year.
All last year.
You said 75?
Yeah.
Just off volume, I got to go 74.
52.7.
Ooh, wow.
30% said 6 to 10.
Wow.
12% said
That's
11 to 15.
way lower than I'd ever imagined. Chiefs fans.
How many home runs will Jack Caglione hit this season? 29 or fewer, 30 or more?
How many does he have now?
23.
30 or more.
Yeah, 30 or more.
Number?
77%.
76.
57.1.
Damn you, Curtis.
What's it Curtis's fault?
It was a bad number.
What?
Well, you don't like it when I
You
put
don't
the
like
numbers.
it when you
when
lose
I get,
it,
when
do
I
you?
get it to
I don't
50,
like it when I don't get it right.
That's kind of my point. But
Yeah,
that's
it is
okay.
kind of my-
No one likes it when they lose. Who will have the higher OPS at the end of the season? Bobby Witt Jr. or Jack Caglione?
Bobby Witt.
Bob. Number?
Frank?
My turn?
Yep.
73.
Bob's got it going again. You just asked us today.
Mm-hmm.
Had a big game last night. 74.
62.9.
Annoying.
I am annoying anyway.
Who is the Royals' opening day starter in 2027?
God.
Michael Waka, Seth Lugo, Noah Cameron.
Noah Cameron.
Number?
Oh, God, we're right.
I will go with 62.
63.
45.8. 45.1 said Waka. Only 9% said Lugo.
Because they haven't watched a game all year.
Fair question. How many times in the last week have you watched at least part of a Royals game? 0 to 3, 4 to 7.
0 to 3.
Yeah, 0 to 3.
Number?
Mine?
Yep.
60.
I was thinking 58, but that's threading a needle here.
Well,
59.
You had no shot. It was 60.
Oh, wow. Good job, Frank.
do I get bonus point for that?
No, you get nothing.
What?
You get nothing and like it.
Kyle?
I can't help you, Frank.
Josh Simmons and Trey Smith. Which of them is in the starting lineup week 1? Both? Simmons only, Smith only, neither.
Both.
Number?
66%.
65.
70.
Oh.
And finally,
good number.
Yes, Bill Rasmussen, creator of ESPN, passed away today.
Co-founder.
93
Yes,
co-founder.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This question comes from Tim Bialik, and I said, this is the best question I've ever been given
Oh, wow.
by a follower. Which network had the biggest impact on its industry? ESPN, CNN, MTV.
CNN.
ESPN.
They all happened in the same 3-year span.
ESPN.
58% said ESPN, 21% said MTV, 19% said CNN.
7-5. Another victory. Victory. That's for me. Rah-rah-ree.
The overall.
Kick him in the knee.
Seren gets his 18th victory, 18-10-4. In the aggregate, Seren 194, Frank 180.
Yeah.
Back to being the old Frank. The old Frank sucks.
The old,
Sorry.
New Frank's way better.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Old Frank sucks.
Yeah, old Frank. Frank is old.
We'll find out how stupid I am on current events next. What in the world, Serens?
There we go.
What in the world, Frank? What do you got for me?
All right, what murder trial in Las Vegas is making the headlines after 30 years?
Jimmy Hoffa.
No, Tupac Shakur's.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Gambling is hitting all-time high because of easy access. How young are people getting addicted to gambling?
4.
13 to 15 years old.
Good Lord.
Tropical storm Lala dropped how much rain on Hawaii?
A lot.
40 inches a lot.
Oh, good Lord.
And the Western Auto sign in downtown has been relit. What year did it make its debut on top of the building?
1927.
1952.
Well, I didn't do very well on that one.
No,
I knew about the hurricane in Hawaii, for the record.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
Now, once you mentioned the Tupac thing, I knew that they were actually going to bring it to trial.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I should have maybe got that one.
Yeah, that's all right.
And what was the other one?
The gambling addiction. You said 4 years old.
Yeah.
I was just a little young.
Well, 4 is when I got addicted.
Okay. Sorry.
Personal.
All right, who was the first man to rush for 100 yards in a Super Bowl? Brought to you by La Feta Delicatessen.
You're damn right he is. Sam McDow joins us here in the program, fresh off a raucous proceedings earlier today. We'll get to that here in a minute.
Senior fight correspondent. Senior fracas correspondent Sam McDow joins
We
us.
go down to the ring. I mean, the town hall meeting to get the very latest on the blow-by-blow. Sam McDow and his fight coverage brought to you by All Weather Decks. If you love to watch boxing, watch it outside on your beautiful deck. It's also football season. You can set it up, have a great outdoor living space to watch games, or make it your pre- and post headquarters. All Weather Decks did a great job for me and my family with our outdoor living space. We've been enjoying it for more than 10 years. It's absolutely spectacular. You can check out their great work. Go to allweatherdecks.net or just give them a call. Set up an estimate. Have one of their great experts come by at 913-206-1974. A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau 24-time. Angie Super Service Award winner. They work all over the metro. They've probably helped one of your neighbors. Check out that map link at allweatherdecks.net. They've probably done 2 or 3 jobs right there in your own neighborhood. Transform that worn-out deck, that crumbling patio, into a beautiful football oasis. Call All Weather Decks today, 913-206-1974. Tell me you heard about it right here on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Sam, how close were you to the punches?
I had a good seat.
This was, explain to everybody where
there
you
were.
were.
No punches.
There were no punches?
I know
oh,
you're
okay.
being facetious.
There were no blows. Okay, no blows. But you were at a, what's the proper term for what it was?
It was a city council committee meeting, the Finance, Public Safety, and Governance Committee meeting today.
Which all these things are open to the public, right?
Yep.
Not all of them. I guess there's some behind closed door things, but a lot of them. And this was open to the public, and they were talking about the Royal Stadium, correct?
Yeah.
And then what happened?
Well, so today's meeting, which the conclusion of it advanced, the ordinance on to City Council on Thursday for final approval, which basically will kickstart this project into motion, really. And so today, the committee meeting is when it's more just there's back and forth. It's discussed. You're allowed to provide testimony. I think like 42 people signed up to do that. A lot of them are, prominent people in Kansas City who you would have heard of, and but a lot of them are just everyday people and everyday workers, and so it's. I have no idea how indicative or it is of the broader population's thought on the stadium project, but inside that room it was probably about 50-50. For half of the speeches were in support of the Royals project downtown at Crown Center, and about half of them were opposed. And at one point, you're allowed 2 minutes to speak, which if 42 times 2, you're going to be in there for an hour and a half already scheduled. So you really do need to keep people on schedule, not talking for all 42 of them for 5 minutes.
Right.
And so one gentleman, Daryl Miller, who was opposed to the stadium, although for Stand Up KC, although Stand Up KC has said that he actually works security at the Royal Stadium, ironically, but opposed to a new stadium downtown. And
Stand Up KC is a group that wants
there to be no seats in the new stadium.
No, that's not it. Is standing up for the people of KC to help out with housing and different. You'd know better than me. I'm a little over my skis in trying to quantify exactly what they are.
Yeah, I mean, I'd call it I don't think you
community activist
it.
Group.
Yeah, an advocacy group for sure. But and it's for like low wage workers and things of that nature, and healthcare rights and union rights, and so he had spoken earlier, Daryl Miller had, and just somebody went over the 2 minutes and he just shouted that their time was up, and a security guy came over and
said your time is up.
And there was no need for it to become a physical altercation, and so that was not only uncomfortable but just disappointing to see. And it lasted, I would say, a couple of minutes, and to where for a while you're like, how far is this going to escalate? Because it really did escalate. Now Miller has since been arrested, we're told. Ben Wheeler, a reporter at the Kansas City Star, and I worked on the incident, story of the incident. He has since confirmed with KCPD that Miller was arrested for and issued a municipal summons for trespassing and assault. But he was this continued in the hallway. They took him out of the room into the hallway, which is a small hallway. If anyone's ever been up on that top floor out there, it's a small hallway with 6 elevators, and basically had him pinned. Two people had him pinned down for quite a while before, basically waiting on the elevator to.
Well, this is because
up.
the man stood up and said, "Time's up."
Yeah, and then they did initially talk to him, and he continued to shout. Well, make it fair, make it to where if their time's up, they got to stop. Or if our time's up, we have to stop. And we'll say I wasn't keeping score, but I didn't really notice that one side was consistently going over while the other was not.
You call yourself a journalist.
It didn't stand out to me that one side was getting a lot more time or anything. So if they did, I don't think that was anything intentional. But emotions about this topic have been heated for a long time, and so I could understand someone being in the position of being upset when someone goes over their time, but just no need for it to escalate the way that it did.
No need as far as the people that were escorting him out, or no need on his part?
I don't know why
both?
he had to be dragged out of there. Okay. I just think there's without being an expert in that sort of training or having ever been trained in that line of work, I just certainly there's got to be a step between telling someone to leave and physically dragging them out.
Right. Okay. Is there a way? So this committee was there to hear the public
and to talk amongst themselves, theoretically. Yeah.
Right. But is there any history of anything that would be said in this meeting changing what seemed like an already predetermined outcome?
No, I think most people go in there with a thought of which way they're going to lead. Now, it's only a 5-person committee, so it's not the full body will hear this on Thursday, and it's
will the public be there as well?
Yeah, the public can attend that.
Can they speak?
No, they
okay.
They're speaking. What
this
it's got to pass through every ordinance has to pass through a committee, and this one's passing through the finance committee because it's the funding plan for this, which will be the city contributing $600 million to a $1.9 billion stadium that will be 60% publicly funded and 40% privately funded. The Royals keep adding in the fact that they want to have this as a 1/3, I think, public funding, of $1 billion, and 2/3 of $2 billion privately funded. I'm not inclined to give somebody credit for building their own businesses around it because they're keeping all of the profits from that. So okay, if you want to invest in your business, then I'm not going to give you a pat on the back for investing in your own business. And so the stadium itself,
nobody gives you a pat on the back for buying your own house.
I bought my computer. Do I get credit for, hey, I invested in I bought my phone. I work on my phone. Where's the public? No. I mean, I think the stadium is what I've looked at. So that's why I broke it down that way, which is a $1.9 billion stadium estimated. City, $600 million. Royals, 40% of it, which leaves a gap. And so that gap is the state, but the state hasn't been specific or detailed about exactly or even what or if their contribution will be. And I did ask Brooks Sherman, the Royals team president, I think his title now is president of real estate and development, whether or not they're going to ask Jackson County to kick in. He said no, because there is a development today that at least I hadn't heard yet, which is the Royals, the ongoing sales tax in Jackson County for the Royals and the Chiefs funds the RMMO fund, which is the annual maintenance of the stadium, which as the stadium ages, as you might guess, that becomes more necessary than it might in the first couple years of a stadium when everything's brand new. It does cost money to upkeep the stadium just in their current condition, let alone upgrade them. And today we heard that the Royals will be responsible for that. And I know that at one point there were at least conversations with Jackson County, but as of today, Brooks Sherman said that they're not anticipating that Jackson County is going to kick in, so that they're going to be responsible for paying that themselves.
So they will have to be responsible for upkeep, which costs, isn't it about like $10 million a year? I want to say.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what
on the two stadiums, right? Or is it $10 million each?
No, I think it's closer to the latter, but I don't know exactly what the number is. Of course, it differs, I think, based on the exact number of the sales tax that comes in. But what you actually need, and this is what I'm saying, like, in the first 5 years, you probably don't need much on a new stadium, but you're an outdoor stadium because it's a baseball stadium, and there's going to be the elements that you have to deal with even when the games aren't going on, to where there's going to be natural wear and tear, and then you're going to gradually need more funds for maintenance. And so that's not a small concession, I guess, is what I'm saying. I still think there's a lot of questions about the finances of the project. A lot of questions about the finances of the project, but that was one that was an answer, I guess, different than I was anticipating.
So do you see this as a formality?
Yeah, I mean, I think so, actually. I mean, I think everyone involved would probably really cringe at that word, but it certainly seems like the train's left the station on this one. And we heard today Councilman Jonathan Duncan asked some questions about it, and now he's not part of the 5-person committee. He's part of the city council that will vote on it on Thursday. We'll hear his vote, but the 5 people that are part of this committee all advanced it, and I think that's the way it's headed on Thursday for sure.
Okay, so and then what's next?
Well, I mean, that kickstarts the funding plan. I mean, they're basically authorizing the city manager to negotiate this lease and all the term sheet and everything. And so, I mean, there will be other aspects of this that do have to come back that could similarly require, committees to where the public could weigh in. But I think those will similarly feel like the decision's been made. And I really think that, like I said, I think the train's left the station on this, and it's really pretty clearly headed in this direction.
Do we get a timeline on when a shovel will go in the ground?
Well, I mean, the timeline that they put up today, and I'll pull it up on my phone here as I'm talking, because they actually put it on the screen. They have let's see, and they want to break ground in May of next year, but have the demo and excavation permit and basically at the turn of the year. But then, Mayor Lucas said afterwards that his hope is they get started in the fourth quarter of this year. It's certainly, I think, from the appearance on the outside, from the criticisms of the advocacy groups, from the questions from Councilman Jonathan Duncan, despite this being an exhausting conversation for over half a decade now, it has the appearance of rushing to the finish line, because there isn't a lot of the financial particulars, for example, how the city is going to actually be able to pay for the bonds. They're going to be on the hook for it. I mean, this has happened before where they couldn't pay with Power and Light, to where they're still having to pay for that. And so, like, Kansas City is the ones, like, the city of Kansas City is going to be backing the bonds themselves. And so if not enough money is generated from the project, the city's on the hook for it. And, like, how to prevent that from happening, like, it would have been nice today if we had seen some sort of revenue stream financial study that had shown that this was a good investment for the city.
What about cost overruns on construction?
The Royals will be responsible for the overruns, yeah. Okay. But I mean, this is the other thing. They'll get the $1.14 billion total in public if the state money comes through. I've already mentioned the fact that, that's not clear to me yet. But there'll be a lot more sales tax breaks, tax incentives, that sort of thing, to where, I mean, the actual number is to me much larger when you look at it that way.
The actual number that will be contributed by the public.
I mean, it's just stuff that usually cost money is like you don't have to pay taxes on. I mean, even, for example, like the machinery you use to build it, I mean, they're going to get some tax breaks too in addition to the money.
Okay. All right. So anything else we should know about this?
I just think it is, like I said, I think it's becoming more clear which way this is headed. But I guess the last piece of it that's been interesting to those of us following has been, there is a petition to force a vote on this. That is the advocacy group's main complaint, is let the people vote. They feel like they already did vote on it, obviously once. I disagree with them that it's an identical project that they already voted down because of
a lot of things.
Yeah, a lot of things. But it's sandwiched with another project, most specifically a different location. So I do think that's a difference. But the city basically has 60 days to respond to that petition. That day is August 31st. So I think there's some skepticism that that's one of the reasons this feels rushed, is to try and get an ordinance passed before August 31st, and they don't have to perhaps deal with that.
And if you are the Royals and it is rushed, what you don't want to end up is what we're hearing from the initial reaction from the stadium in Buffalo.
Yeah, sure, yeah. And,
hit the ground running and begin with a stadium that everyone's like, yeah, not that good.
Well, and Populous is going to be the architect of the stadium. So,
and that's who made Buffalo.
Yeah, the new Highmark. Is they still calling it Highmark in Buffalo?
I think so.
Is it? Or maybe I'm getting confused with that. What Kyle called penitentiary-looking dome in Cleveland.
It is Highmark.
Is it Intrust Bank or Invest Bank or something that's in Cleveland? What is it?
I can't think what it was.
You see that thing?
No, but based on what you say, maybe they'll just get rid of the sponsor. It'll just have to be Cleveland. It'll be a World Cup name, just Cleveland Stadium.
Yeah.
Did that come out? When did that come out?
Yesterday.
It looks like.
Huntington Bank, new Huntington Bank field.
Bank.
Huntington Bank.
No, I haven't seen
times in Cleveland town.
Does it look bad?
I don't know. I haven't decided. I haven't made up my mind yet. I'm not even sure this is the real where they're at. Although the slideshow has, like, if you go to the one that has a slideshow, like 26 slides. Clearly done by the same people who did the Chiefs, because it's got ads in the slideshow.
What do you think it looks like, Kyle?
It looked like a futuristic Death Star prison of some sort.
When the roof is open, it looks. You can
There's
see
no
like,
roof.
It looks like
There's no roof that opens.
I'm talking about.
No, there is a retractable roof.
I don't think it's retractable. That's just it's glass.
Yeah, is it the same translucent?
But then the model they showed on the table and the one
it doesn't have the glass, so you can see in it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I see. That makes sense. I was like, what?
Read more than the headline.
Okay.
Would it kill you to click?
Yes, and actually would.
Says the guy whose life depends upon it. Listen, and let me tell you,
I don't think this looks that bad.
As I browbeat Curtis, I'm only 90% sure it doesn't open.
Well, if that information was sent to you in a text, you would have probably not. You wouldn't have gotten to it.
Why? What was sent to me in a text that I haven't gotten to?
Earlier there was a.
Something.
No, it is.
Hey, did so happen? Yeah, I told you 25 minutes ago.
It is a fixed.
I can't scroll
permanent.
back. I clicked on it. It's too far back. It doesn't what?
It's a fixed roof, like the Chiefs.
Yeah, cool. That's where everyone's going. They're finding that the money just isn't in it in the
pretty similar
retractable
size. A 667.5. They got theirs estimated at 2.4 to 2.6. Wonder why it's. Only
because it doesn't look like a Pringles
85%, 90% of the cost.
It doesn't have the flowing lines of a Pringles potato chip.
Lakefront.
By the way, I don't mind the Pringles look. Do you mind the look of it?
I'm good.
People are like, it doesn't look like a dome. Yeah, that's why I kind of like it. It's not like every other one. That's why I'm kind of with you. I'm not hating this Cleveland one. I don't know that I like the black. Boy, that'd be a fun August place to roll into. Go ahead and cool that bad boy down. But they got a black one in Vegas, so
how come they didn't try to make it look like the old municipal stadium?
Yeah,
I don't hate
gigantic.
I don't hate this.
Shouldn't it have looked like an old Cleveland stadium? That's what you love about the Arrowhead Dome, isn't it?
That's what I criticized about the Arrowhead Dome.
Oh, you love it. You love it.
I don't know. I don't think this Cleveland was. To me, it looks like a little bit like an office building. It
looks cooler on the inside, like how it looks like the lighting when there's a slide in there that shows how they would do a concert, and that's part of the design is to put the stage would always be at this one end, which helps with the sound of that. And so when I see like what it looks like for a concert venue, I'm like, ooh, that part looks the most appealing. Did you see that one?
No, I'm looking through the video now, but are they moving away from downtown?
Yeah, I think it's in a suburb.
Let's see.
Which that always works really well.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's what the Chiefs are doing.
The stadium's out at a place that's got all kinds of development, though. I think they're going to aren't they just going to a
Brook Park?
Located 20 miles roughly southwest of downtown Cleveland.
Yeah, but is there like other development there, or is this like the first thing? Because like Glendale, Arizona, it was like the first thing. They built a couple things with it, but it hadn't exactly. Now I haven't stopped in over by the stadium in a few years, just drive by it. Now with the new outer loop, I don't even drive by it anymore to go to spring training. But is anything?
It says it's near the airport, so that's nice.
Oh, there you go. Easy in, easy out, Sam.
Yeah. Cleveland will suddenly become one of the favorite trips.
It's one of Sam's, it's all about Sam's comfort.
It will become that'll become a top trip.
Well, no more Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for you then, huh?
I haven't been.
You haven't stopped in?
Oh, the Chiefs have only played in Cleveland once since I've been on the beat.
Really?
That was because I started in 19. Obviously, they played in 18 with, Kareem Hunt going back and Kelsey, of course. And was it just like 2 years ago that they played that really ugly game there? I think they picked off the Browns like 5 times.
White uniforms or something. Yeah. That was crazy.
I think that's the only time they played in Cleveland in the last like 7 years.
Okay. Well, we'll talk some Chiefs football on the field. We'll talk some Royals baseball with Sam McDow, columnist for the Kansas City Star. He joins us each and every week. He's brought to you by our friends at All Weather Decks, Kansas City's best. If you want a great outdoor living space, increase the usable square footage of your home, increase the value of your home with a great deck, patio, screened-in porch. All Weather Decks builds them better than anybody else. They've been doing it for more than 15 years. Find them online at allweatherdecks.net and relax.
The program with Soren Petro.
It's like part elephant trunk, but only about, 2 inches long? Curtis, you'd know about that.
Weekdays from 2 to 6 on Sports Radio 810 WHB.
All right, let me ask you a question. Do you have the ultimate when it comes to cutting-edge technology in your home? I'm talking about smart home technology. I'm talking about in-home theaters. I can tell you the company that does it, and does it better than anybody else. That's Applause Custom Sight and Sound. Listen, it was 20-plus years ago the first time I talked to Applause. What I really wanted was multiple TVs that would work together. I was tired of trying to have 8 remotes, working a couple of TVs. They said, listen, we can build you a video wall. You want 2 TVs, 3? How about 5? Applause Custom Sight and Sound can create your ultimate football theater and your ultimate in-home theater. Surround sound recessed into the walls, no wires showing, always the very best craftsmanship with cutting-edge technology and the best customer service. That's what Applause Custom Sight and Sound has been for well over 20 years. That's why they've been doing it for more than 20 years. See, most companies don't even last like 2 years in this industry because it's hard. It's not easy to stay up on the technology. It's not easy to have great customer service. Employees that have been coming to my house the entire time we've been in it, like 11 years now, and even back to my old house, they've got the experts when it comes to building it. They've got the experts that'll be there for years to come. So when you want to add on or maybe upgrade, they're there like we did. About a year or so ago, we added on the security. We got surveillance 360 degrees around the house. I can look at it right now on my phone and know, and I get an alert anytime somebody pulls into the driveway. It's all that kind of thing that you want. You build it right the first time, it makes it so easy and cost efficient to add on later. I'm going to tell you up front, Applause probably isn't going to be the cheapest bid, but they'll be the bid to build it right. Then when you do upgrade, that's where the savings really come in. We didn't have to tear everything out and start over because we wanted to add surveillance. They're like, yeah, no problem. It took about a day. They didn't have to drill any holes or cut anywhere in the walls, and we had surveillance all around our house. They are the best at all aspects of building smart home technology. So why would you go anywhere else? Go to applausetheater.com and check them out, or just call 913-498-1183. Again, on the web, it's applausetheater.com.
Men, if your energy is down, your workouts aren't producing results, you're gaining stubborn weight, losing muscle, sleeping poorly, or just not feeling like yourself anymore, it may be more than just aging. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health. Our low T and body composition treatments are designed to help men regain energy, improve focus, sleep better, build lean muscle, reduce unwanted fat, and restore confidence both in and out of the gym. At Heartland Men's Health, we specialize in helping men optimize their health, performance, and vitality using personalized medical treatments tailored to your health health and goals, many men begin noticing improvements in energy, mental clarity, recovery, motivation, libido, and overall body composition within just a few weeks. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, PSA and T-test, and a medical consult. And if you start on treatment the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices: Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
Hi, this is John with Pyramid Roofing. When it comes to protecting your home or business, experience and trust matter. For more than 30 years, Pyramid Roofing has protected Kansas City homes with top quality materials and expert craftsmanship built to withstand tough winters and the hottest summers. If you think your roof may have damage, let my team take a look and give you an honest assessment.
All right, the La Feta Delicatessen, end of the hour answer. That extremely sweet drum track laid down by the late Frank Beard, passed away today at the age of 77, the drummer for ZZ Top.
You know, it was like last week that Lebo was reading off the touring schedule for ZZ Top.
Yeah.
And they were touring all over the world.
Yep.
I assume that will change.
Yeah, 77. I don't know if he was, did we discover whether or not he was actually in the touring band?
I don't know.
I think 77, it's possible, but.
Well, how old were the front guys?
About the same age. The Billy and Dusty Gibbons. I think one of them's not even around anymore.
So now it's just kind of like, now it's a cover band.
Yeah, as we talked about, it's at some point it just becomes a cover band. As long as there's still one person, it's kind of still them. But R.I.P. Frank Beard also passed away on this day. One of the answers to this, or actually born on this date, but passed away earlier this year. One of the two answers to this question: who was the first man to rush for 100 yards in a Super Bowl?
Well, I don't know which one got there. Well, I know Snell.
Matt Snell.
Matt Snell for the Jets.
Yep.
I know he did it in winning Super Bowl III, so he would be my answer. But
he did do it. That he was one of the first.
But
there were two in that game.
So who went over 100 first?
I don't know.
Well, you should go back and look.
I could do that, I guess. But Matt Snell, born on this date, passed away back in May. Or Tom Matte of the Baltimore Colts, who also ran for 100 yards in that game.
Do you remember either of them, Sam?
No. It's just always disappointing when I come in here and it just completely predates me altogether. I think it's a request of yours so that I can't chime in on the answer.
I just say, who's got a birthday today? Oh, Matt Snell, I know something about him.
It does make me feel better. Yeah. I'm not going to lie.
We know stuff, Sam.
Yeah. It's easier to remember things if you lived it, but I didn't live that one either, and I did know that one.
It's easier to remember things if you've
You want to know why I know that one?
Every year on August 18th.
You want to know why I know that one? Curtis is involved in why I know that one.
Did I just give you the...
All you got to do is say yes or no as to whether or not you want to know why.
Well, no, I'd like to also try and think of the possibility first.
Okay.
Because Curtis gave you the answer.
No. Not a bad guess, but no.
No, they're not. That's my only guess.
Curtis cited Matt Snell's 100 yards. I didn't actually know he was the first or that there was two of them in the first one. But I knew Matt Snell ran for 100 yards in the third Super Bowl because that's the one that was won by Joe Namath. And it's one of the drums that Curtis beats for his Joe Namath, the worst player in the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Which I've since rescinded after further
reviewing Troy Aikman.
And Troy Aikman, yeah.
Okay, so I'm right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that one.
Troy Aikman barf when it comes to the Hall of Fame.
Because you could actually go back and watch highlights of Namath when he was healthy, and you go, he could sling it. I mean, his knees would have left.
Troy could sling it, too, in his defense. There was an arm
Not like Namath.
Namath was like the first whip it all over the field guy. And he was a great runner when he was at Alabama, but he wrecked his knees early in his time with the Jets. But
I think the statement I made on Namath was he was the only guy who I think is in the Hall of Fame because of the result of one play. And that was,
one game, you mean?
Well,
one action.
Actually, one play. It was if the pass he throws down the field late against the Raiders in the AFL Championship game, if that ball gets blown the other direction and it falls incomplete, they punt. They don't go to the Super Bowl, and the miracle of Super Bowl III never happens.
Okay. Let me ask you a question, just since you brought up one of my favorite topics. Troy Aikman sucking. How many times do you think Troy Aikman threw 40 touchdowns this season?
0.
Okay, you're correct. How many times do you think he threw 30?
1.
0. How many times do you think he threw 20?
How many years did he play?
He played from 89 to 2000. 12 years.
I mean, if I'll guess this as though, because the way you're phrasing it's obviously low. I'll guess that if I didn't know for that reason, I guess I would have said like 7. But with you asking, I'd guess like,
once.
Yeah, I was gonna say with you asking, I'd guess like 2 or 3.
One time, 23 touchdowns.
Yeah, if you lowered it to 25, it'd still be 0.
In 1992, here is touchdowns by season: 9, 11, 11, 23, 15, 13, 16, 12, 19, 12, 17, and 7. He threw for one. Let me give you his interceptions to go along with it. You ready for this fun little stat? 18, 18, 10, 14, 6, 12, 7, 13, 12, 5, 12, 14. He had 165 touchdowns. He had 141 interceptions.
Yeah. Average 17-game season would be 17 touchdowns, 15 interceptions.
Equal opportunity, offense and defense.
I mean,
Joe Namath had significantly more interceptions than touchdowns.
Yeah, that was the norm, though, in the 60s.
That was more the norm. And Aikman, we are going back into mostly the 90s, basically, there. So it's not the modern, it's not what we're seeing now in the 2020s and the 20-teens and all that kind of thing. But he was the last quarterback to just ride a great 53
and
then be heralded.
Had the best offensive line in football in their prime, handed off to the all-time leading NFL rusher, and was backed up by one of the best defenses in football.
With the Hall of Fame wide receiver is his number one target.
Yeah, Hall of Fame
top shelf tight end, too.
If you're going to tout the offensive line for being the best, then why doesn't Emmitt Smith get dinged then?
He does.
He does a little bit, but he had 16,000
He does. Nobody calls Emmitt
yards.
Smith the best running back of all time.
But he also had 16,000 or 17,000 rushing yards. He didn't just skate by.
Yeah, statistically, he has more rushing yards than anybody. We just don't say he's number one.
Yeah.
So he gets dinged. But Troy Aikman is in the Hall of Fame for putting up what was pedestrian
He led the
statistics.
league in completion percentage once.
One time.
Here ended the list of things. He also led the league in interception percentage once.
Success percentage.
Whatever that is.
That's keeping the offense on schedule.
Okay. Once.
One time.
Sack percentage once. Net yards gained per pass attempt once.
Fourth quarter comebacks once. Game-winning drives once.
Yeah. I mean, come on. 6 whole Pro Bowls. 6. One time finished top 5 in MVPs, and he finished 5th. Come on.
He didn't even have longevity. I mean,
I know. Wouldn't even like he piled it up over 20 years.
No monster season. Didn't pile it up like Vinny Testaverde.
Well, 3 Super Bowls. I mean, Eli Manning will get in for the same reason, winning a couple Super Bowls.
For sure.
I think, did Troy Aikman go in first ballot?
I don't know.
Because Eli's already missed at least once, if not twice.
Let's see.
Troy Aikman. Take the star off his helmet, and he's a toad.
Hall of Fame.
Steve DeBerg.
Hall of Fame 2006. So, yes. 6 years
First ballot Hall of
First
Famer,
ballot.
my ass.
First ballot. Will Shields.
Has to
Third
wait.
ballot.
Has to wait. Bushels
Derek
of all pros.
Thomas.
They wait.
Yeah.
But Troy Aikman. Oh, come on in, Troy.
Oh, cool.
Come on in, Troy. By the way, just for ha-has, I've never had this name enter my mind, but the numbers do look quite similar to Steve DeBerg. Because you know how many 20 touchdown seasons Steve DeBerg had? 1. And it was 23.
Here. In 1990, if I remember correctly.
Don't ever question my stance on Troy Aikman, Sam. Don't do it.
Gardner Minshew had one.
Had a 20 touchdown season?
Yeah, his rookie year, Jacksonville.
Hey, we have now found Troy's equal.
Gardner
Minshew. There you go.
That's what I thought when I watched him in a lot of training camps last
Troy
year.
Aikman?
I thought this guy looks a lot like Troy Aikman.
And so you're like, we got to get better than this.
Yeah, basically like they need to replace the
There you go.
QB2.
There you go. I like that. I like the way you think. So when it comes to the Chiefs on the field, what was your reaction to the preseason game?
I thought, like, for the stuff you're actually evaluating, the stuff that matters, like, they should have felt pretty good about it. Are the Chiefs ever going to win another preseason game?
Maybe
What's the
not.
streak up to now? 8?
I don't
7,
know.
8?
I was thinking of that, like
7 straight losses.
it's even hard to find like preseason history, but they just never won one of these. And the reason I say that is because I thought, other than Peter Woods, I thought your young guys looked pretty good. But I still feel the way I did going into it, which is the depth could be an issue, particularly up front. if they have a couple injuries on the offensive line, it could get rough.
Well, and they've got a couple now. Trey Smith remains out. Josh Simmons didn't practice today.
Yep.
I mean, that's where you go, uh-oh.
Absolutely, because especially on the interior of their offensive line, like, I don't know that you feel confident in losing any of those three guys. It's why you've seen Khalil Benson play and Jalen Moore play on the interior. You know, Jalen Moore just for one day yesterday because today he had to fill in for Josh Simmons. But Khalil Benson all last week, I think it's because they recognize they don't have a great backup at guard or center right now.
What do you think the five would be if Simmons and Trey Smith are out? Who would play where?
I think you'd have to play Benson and Moore on the tackle position.
Who's it left? Moore?
Yeah, I think Moore. I don't think you want to move Benson to left because Moore has played left, and then your left guard and center are unchanged. I don't know who would play right guard in that situation. Caliendo, I guess.
Caliendo's gotten the call over Norzad in the past, but
and he did
Norzad
today,
grades out well when he plays.
I think Norzad's had a better camp than Caliendo has, but I know Caliendo was part of that mix today. I think there's a couple spots on the Chiefs roster that, I don't think the preseason opened up some eyes. The preseason game, opened up some eyes, but I think did reinforce the fact that there's a couple positions to where if they've got the 9th waiver wire this year, and so they could actually add some guys, because previously when you have 30th, 31st, 32nd, and which I guess 5 of the previous 6 years they had 31st or 32nd, your odds of getting somebody are so slim. And when you get someone, you're like, none of the other 30 bad teams wanted this guy.
Right.
What's going on? So this year you actually could get some guys that make sense for you, that just positionally maybe other teams didn't want to cut somebody for, to where I think, and nothing to me is more obvious than interior linemen.
Okay. So you think a guard type?
Yeah, I really think. In fact, I'd even say I'd be surprised if the 53 they open up with is the 53 that they open the season with, because I do think they would add somebody.
Okay. Peter Woods, ankle. Is that why we didn't see more out of him in the preseason game, is that he's battling the ankle?
I think partially. Look, I remember the play. It was, a couple days before the game where it was a screen pass, and basically he got hit and almost decleated on it, but and it wasn't that hard of a hit. I just think he was not expecting it. He initially stayed down, but then to his credit, he insisted on staying in. Like Marcus Harris tried to jog in to replace him at D tackle, and he insisted on staying in the game and playing through it. But I also thought his first week in pads was already going better than his most recent week had been. So I mean, none of that is like, oh my God, we've seen the best of him or something like that. That's kind of, you see that, and with rookies, I mean, they go through waves and camp and games, and so I wouldn't say that people are making too much of it, because it matters, because he was a complete non-factor in that game. I did go back, of course, and watch the game again, and he was one of the guys I was focusing on. He does get doubled a few times, which I thought was interesting, that the Rams were already kind of putting him in that spot. But he also, he was not getting into the backfield even when he was one-on-one either.
Yeah, I think we need to see more of him. But I also think that he's got to be, they seem to be counting on him as a key player, so maybe let him get healthy.
Yeah, they did this last year with Omar Norman-Lott to where he had an ankle injury, and they kind of let him play through it, and
that worked out well. It just
seemed like, it seemed like the whole preseason he was kind of battling that.
Right.
Always the thing that they weigh with a rookie is, man, they need the snaps, because they're going through Mansour Delane jogging in off the sideline for the huddle to get in the huddle and realize what the play is, and standing off to the side and paying so close attention to what his assignment would be. You need the reps. And so I think that's all, like I said, what you weigh is, can he injure it more seriously if he stays out there? I mean, how much time would it take? But I don't disagree with the concept that it's something, especially after watching Saturday and saying, hey, that's not really the guy we've seen in camp, that it's something they ought to consider at least.
Bobby Wood Jr. had a big game. Noah Cameron has been impressive. Jack Caglione's in the outfield. We talk Royals with Sam McDow next here on the program. Noah Cameron, Cy Young next year? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, what a turnaround, though. And it's certainly noteworthy that it's coincided with the fact that he's just called his own pitches, right?
I mean, it is amazing that it seems like that's the only thing to turn it around, you know?
I talked to him in the clubhouse yesterday, and he talked about, because I asked him, I was impressed that after the no-hitter was broken by a really weak hit, that he went and just got the next 8 guys out. And so I asked him about that. He actually said that is one of the reasons he thinks he's pitched better, is because he's been frustrated this year by the little things. An inning not going his way becomes 2 innings not going his way. A couple batters, an error. He doesn't think he's responded too well. So I think there's just some mental maturity that's happened there too. But I mean, it's factual that he's called his own pitches when the streak has started.
Like, he was off kilter. They changed his arm slot. He's back on track. Then he got off kilter again. Now it's one thing. I'm calling the game. And he's Cy Young right now.
Yeah.
I mean, his ERA is 1.1. His last 5 starts since he started doing it is a 1.19 with a whip of 0.58.
I was going to say his hits allowed is what's more impressive.
13 and 37 and 2.
He actually, one of the things that, I spent way too much time on yesterday that something like Curtis would appreciate is that hit was only 65.8 miles per hour that he gave up. And I kind of thought, man, that'd be hard to live with, right? I mean, like that's the only hit you allow. And it took me back. So I went through all the 1-hitters and just found the baseball StatCast, baseball savant box score of all the 1-hitters, and just going through them one by one. It took me to 2018 since I could find a softer hit be the only hit that you've allowed, which is like the nearest no-hitter in like 8 years, I guess.
I love that. That's even more than I would do.
It's impressive, to say the least. Sam, great stuff. We appreciate it, from the fight coverage to the Chiefs to the Royals. We'll talk some Chiefs tonight on Red Gold and Bull.
Yep, sounds good.